she wanna pipe me. Bitch, I'm baby. Yeah, this shit be poppin' like it's from the 80s. I'm a prima donna, smoke marijuana. I'm out in Tijuana, hot boy like a sauna. We sip tequila, I bought a Sheba. It's a nice dog. Damn, your girl's a cougar, she a cheetah. She feisty, she a Pisces, hair greasy. Can you ice me? Wait, I'm icy. So I said a Red Sea, yeah, I'm back in blood, call me Pooh Shiesty. She a badass bitch, she a hot Cheeto. She gon' make me sweat, got some bad B.O. She 100%, yeah, real freako. I'm a king out of town, take a seat, I'll control the leader, placebo. Yeah, think I got it back, yeah, I'm talking about libido. Bro, chill. What you talking about libido? You horny as fuck? Yeah, she wanna pipe me. Bitch, I'm baby. Yeah, this shit be poppin' like it's from the 80s. I'm a prima donna, smoke marijuana. I'm out in Tijuana, hot boy like a sauna. I'm an ass man, alright. Get some cash, man, I might. Want these hands, bitch, on sight. Diamonds real, shine lights. New money, new heights. Bad bitch, one tight. What the fuck is up, ladies? I'm here to lay some pipe. I'm a real one, only wear a Kirkland G. Now you're irking me, bitch. I'm a big boy now, yeah, I do my own laundry, can't you see, bitch? I'ma pull up on Chipotle and ride that shit, quite certainly, bitch. Wait, who could Uber Eats me some chips and guac right now? $3.99, bitch. Yeah, she wanna pipe me. Bitch, I'm baby. Yeah, this shit be poppin' like it's from the 80s. I'm a prima donna, smoke marijuana. I'm out in Tijuana, hot boy like a sauna. One more time for the culture, Zoo! Yeah, she wanna pipe me. Bitch, I'm baby. Yeah, this shit be poppin' like it's from the 80s. I'm a prima donna, smoke marijuana. I'm out in Tijuana, hot boy like a sauna.
Sometimes an identity threat is a ring of professional hackers. And sometimes it's an overworked accountant who forgot to encrypt their connection while sending bank details.
I need a coffee.
And you need LifeLock, because your info is in endless places. It only takes one mistake to expose you to identity theft. LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points a second. If your identity is stolen, we'll fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Save up to 40% your first year at lifelock.com/Spotify. Terms apply.
Springtime savings are in full bloom, all in the Pick and Save app. Get 3-pound packs of flavorful 80% lean ground chuck for $3.99 a pound. Then mix and match 5 or more on select Campbell's soup, Kroger pasta, or Knorr sides for 99 cents each, all with your card. Shop these deals at your local Wisconsin Pick and Save today. Or click the screen now to download the Pick and Save app to save big today. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone. Prices and product availability subject to change. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
Baby, no, accomplish every man for himself. Trying to get my money, yeah, I'm really by my wealth. Pull a swinging on me, can't you see I'm black belt? Wonder why I be the only rapper by my health. If I'm not grinding, might as well put me in hell. Labels chasing me cause I deactivated stealth. Fucking hated school, I was saved by the bell. Ain't so different from you, yeah, why can't you tell? Cash in, cash out, consider it dealt. Do this for myself, I ain't do it for the clout. Never copy lanes, yeah, I took another route. Always cause grains, never shed a bit of doubt. Fill my cup and I want you talk shit. Never been an op and I've never been a bitch. Be my guest, go burn your own bridge. Carson cold enough, don't need a new fridge. Seems like every song you drop is a miss. Drip too much, yeah, hydrolysis. Really by the trees, yeah, Armenian Swiss. Got my mom a brand new whip, I'm proud of the gift. Big yellow piece of plastic all up on my hip. 12 years later, you gon' show me to the kids. Know my music timeless, I don't even need the wrist. Once I super rich, I'll put some diamonds on the bed. I'm always with the flu, cause I'm ready with the shits. Every song I drop, rare like it's dead stock. Thought girls always putting me in an air lot. Finally got some property, caught the boardwalk. Big shows internationally, even Bangkok. Pop back from China with a big bag. Got some money, but I still check a price tag. Numbers moving slow, so you have to blame legs. 700K on Spotify, that's every day. Nerf strap, cock back with a red dot. Won't cat, drawn back, hero gunshot. Overlap, no slap, hit the jackpot. Posted at the top, while your bitch be mascot. Bad thoughts, all I got is bad thoughts. I gotta make sure they don't break me.
voice mod's being stupid, so that's my bad. Let me reintroduce myself then. If you're new here, hello. My name is Davidia. I'm a Red Tanuki VTuber. I've been VTubing since 2022, and I happen to have worked with... What? Speak up! No. I've happened to work with a lot of other VTubers, including False ID and the TBS crew, so it just makes sense for me kind of want to kind of go over things like this, you know? The purpose today of me talking about this kind of a situation is because I do have a genuine interest in news content, in a sense. So what we're going to be doing is, and this is how I view all information, this is how I do things, is we're going to compile what we currently know about this situation by looking at these Google documents and trying to form an unbiased opinion first and foremost, looking at both sides, looking at all the information that is currently available to us, right? We don't have any sort of official statement from Sinder at this time. We only have one post from her so far. So we're going to take all of this information. We're going to be looking at all sides. We're going to get all the information we possibly can. I am also going to be sharing my own personal experience. And then I'm going to give you guys my opinion and my thoughts. This is not how the news is really done. A lot of people just say it like it's all drama, drama tubing, things like that. You know, just basically giving people's opinions on one side, but I want to be a little bit different. I don't think I will ever live up to being what False does. False does his information in a completely different way, but this is the way that I want to do it. So, and I never want to influence people's opinions. I want to make sure people are like, hey, go find this information yourself, learn everything you possibly can, and form your own opinions, form your own conclusions. You know, this is just basically me gathering information and presenting what I think. And my opinion shouldn't influence what you think of it. So this is like a discussion and things like that. So it's not true news, but it's not drama either. It's not me being like, oh, this is what it has to be, you know, like nah, that's not what we're doing. So hi, sweat nerd. Yeah, sweaty. So we have first Nanolys's document, right? Carter, go lay down. Oh, shoot. Go lay down. I'm busy. Let me put my headset on because my dog is a little bit annoying. At the moment, Sinder is cooked reading the Twitter. Yeah, a little bit. Until she actually makes a official statement of some sort. I have my coffee. I've eaten already. So this is Nanolys's documentation. We're gonna read through it a little bit. So I already read some of these this morning. Then there was another document that just dropped from somebody else who used to work with Sinder prior to her being Sinder. So we're gonna go over what we currently have as far as that goes. So Nanolys's document starts with, I wanted to share my experience with Sinder and Red manipulating me, using me, and dragging me into drama while sabotaging, slandering, and spreading lies about people I thought were her closest friends. Not only do I no longer wish to work with Sinder, but I want to share what I have endured over the years and shed light on what she has been doing behind people's backs to protect artists and friends that may be experiencing something similar. I struggled a lot with writing this document and wasn't sure if what I felt and experienced working was real or just burnout, but I think this proves that I was lied to and manipulated over the course of years while working with Sinder. Based on working with Redacted, which is otherwise known as Red, who is Sinder's manager, and Sinder over the years, that I am sure they speak for each other, and there's no reason to believe Red was acting without Sinder's consent and knowledge. Whenever I use they or them, it refers to both of them acting as a team. And then they go on to talk about English not being their first language, la la la. But that part's not that important. So it goes on with slandering other creators. I will start with screenshots showing them speaking ill of other creators and spreading rumors, while manipulating me that it's all in our best interest. In addition to spreading ill rumors, they also complain and accuse Bao of giving their editor too much work, resulting in the editor not having any time for new clients, which will be important later on. Screenshots below show them showing their affection and appreciation, immediately followed by spreading rumors and lies to make other clients appear problematic to manipulate any further future decisions regarding commitment. which is, in my opinion, start off conversation. I don't believe tactic in the sense of that when you just kind of want to sometimes I talk about things positively before I bring up anything negative when I'm talking to other people, just because it's like, okay, I want to hear about what you're doing before I start talking about anything negative or like venting or anything else. And I'm trying to rectify that by like saying, hey, you know, I have some things going on, can we talk about it, right? So, but to consistently do it is a different story, I think. It says, well, with redacted, she's given a lot of bias and priority at gamer subs, sometimes over Cinder. We can't really confront them about it, plus she's gone 3D lately. Val has been getting on our nerves for a while. She hijacked our YouTube editor a while ago and is constantly picking up artists that we work with. We've gotten to know her better, being friends with her, but she really rubs us the wrong way with the things she does. Wanted to try and safeguard our most important artist from her since she's already taken our editor. I don't mean taken like he doesn't work with us anymore. He does, but he has to take time for her now, and sometimes that gets in the way of our projects. Also, one of Bao's MV editors is the one that did the Boss Rush MV, and we're 99% sure she told him not to do any more with us. But like, model art is the most important thing. That's the VTuber's entire image. He goes on to say, what was that noise? Oh, thanks for donating to the thingy thing. Oh, you donated to my Ko-Fi. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Hello, Ming. How's it going? Okay. Well, Red goes on to say, well, we love working with you. Cinder wouldn't be Cinder without Nano, okay? But like, let me tell you the tea. Like, how does that progress? We love working with you, but here's the tea. Here it is. Like, I don't know. I'm probably gonna like make little commentary things like that because I think it's kind of funny. Bao had original songs last year that had MVs by her editor, and the songs flopped. Her editor met us at TwitchCon and was saying that he'd love to work with us, practically jumping through hoops to get something planned. We managed to have him squeeze in the Boss Rush MV between his work with Bao. He says he loved working on it and is super excited to work on the next MV project. Boss Rush's song blows up, and he's credited as the editor. I ask him when he's free to do the next project. All of a sudden, he changes his mind and is only working with Bao going forward. No explanation. There's some context missing if you know how Bao is behind the scenes, but basically we don't have an MV editor now for our next Boss Rush project. We think Bao got pissed that her editor did an original MV song for her friends without her knowing, and it did 100 times better than her original song last year, that she locked him up so no one else could work with him. And that is what we like to call jumping to conclusions. And I don't know, given what I know with the context so far, if I didn't know any of the context before, I would have just assumed he's just jumping to conclusions, just assuming things and not actually communicating with either Bao or or the editor in question about any of this. So like, if the editor didn't want to explain why they're only going to be working with Bao, that's their right to do so. They do not have to explain why they want to be exclusively working with one content creator. That is their decision. That is their business. And you'll see that the meme of "it's just business" comes up a lot, but it is just business in a sense, because it's like, people don't have to give you an explanation as to why they want to work exclusively with somebody else, because they don't owe you that. They don't. So, you know, like, that's the jumping to conclusions part. So you can reach out and ask, And if the person still says they don't want to explain, then you have to respect that. If you don't respect that, that's a you problem, okay? There's some, and now she's been barking up the tree of one of our live 2D animators, so like, and you, and a nano model. So yeah. Yeah, and then he closes off with, she has a way of guilt-tripping people to get away. Red asked me to cancel on one of their closest friends, Bao, by asking me to cancel my work mid-progress, manipulating me into thinking it is okay since she has many connections and she'll be fine anyway, so I wouldn't feel guilty about it or worry too much. It was and it is upsetting to me that Red contacted me specifically to check on me, canceling the model I had planned with Bao. So like, they're wanting Nano to cancel the work mid-progress on this model for some reason. This is like out of context whatsoever, but it gets explained a little bit later on. It's confusing at this point to be bringing it up, outside of the fact that like Nano's commissions are delayed until 2026 because they are full on commissions. Of course they're going to be delayed and reopening their commissions until 2026. Like, that makes sense. But it's like, it feels here like Red is like, oh yeah, but we want commissions from you now. Like, Nano's not obligated to push back other commissions just to take these guys' commissions, you know? Exclusivity and backlisting other creators. In the messages below, they mentioned wanting an exclusivity contract, but they didn't want to pay for exclusivity, but rather when a creator from their blacklist comes asking for a commission, they would guarantee model work for Sinder only, and if anyone asked me for commissions, they commission me instead to compensate for not working with other creators. This felt very strange given that one of the accusations they made was overworking their editor, yet their solution to me working with other creators was for them to essentially overwork me to keep me from working on other projects. So like, this sounds confusing in a sense, but essentially, so like, it kind of works like, so like, for example, let's say that I'm on the blacklist, right? I want to commission Nano for a new model. That's an example, right? I don't know Sinder personally. I don't know any of these guys personally. I know none of these guys. I met Sinder once. So let's say I want to commission Nano for something, a project or whatever, and I'm on Sinder's blacklist. Like, they don't like me for some reason, right? And they're like, oh hey, deny Div her commission, tell her no, and to compensate for the lack of the commission that Div would have paid you, we will pay you instead to do something else. Essentially, that's what that means. That's essentially what that means. Like, we don't like this person, don't work with them, but we'll pay you to do something else. We'll compensate you for you canceling this potential commissioner, this potential client. We will compensate you for this, right? Which is stupid. Like, it's a little silly. It makes sense if you're working with an art studio, sure. But when you're a freelancing artist, it makes no sense. The message below shows that the primary concern is that the more non-Sinder models I make, the less valuable my existing models become, which is also fucked up. Because art is art, and art is subjective. Just because they think their model art, all the art, would be less valuable to them, it doesn't make it less valuable to the other people that Nano gets commissioned by, right? Like, the value of art is subjective. Just because they think it loses value doesn't mean somebody else doesn't think it loses value, right? Which is stupid. Following screenshot is them setting up the blacklist saying I'm not allowed to work with any new clients or create any new model outfits for VTuber 1. And context clues mean VTuber 1 is Spite. So they're talking about Spite here. They're not explicitly saying it's Spite, but it's Spite. I've already read comments that I've already made context clues, and they're talking about Spite is VTuber 1, so we're just gonna replace VTuber 1 with Spite from here on out.
plus on that.
Hold on a second.
All in, just $55 a month with autopay and any postpaid voice line. Plus, get our 5-year price guarantee. Additional terms apply. For JD Power 2024 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards.
Springtime savings are in full bloom, all in the Pick and Save app. Get 3-pound packs of flavorful 80% lean ground chuck for $3.99 a pound. Then mix and match 5 or more on select Campbell's soup, Kroger
Alright.
pasta.
My
or
landlord was
99
texting me,
cents
so
each, all with
anyway.
card. Shop these deals at your local Wisconsin
Okay.
Pick and Save.
Following
today.
screenshot is of them setting up the blacklist, saying I'm not allowed to work with any new clients or create any new outfits for Spite, specifically, and justifying those things by saying that with each model my art becomes less unique and special, and therefore Cinder somehow will become less special. The idea that my work as an artist and desire is devalued by working with other people is insane and hurtful. After realizing what taking a deal with them would really mean for both my workload and my mental health, I backed out. Okay, so, one of our concerns is that more nano babies means nano models don't have the same value anymore. And second is that there's a few people that we just would rather not be able to have a model from you. Maybe not any new babies at all. The reason why I brought this up at all is that there's been a lot of bias with another one of our partners with certain creators. And we'd rather these creators not have what makes Cinder unique, which is your artwork. That's insane. The fact that they're like, oh yeah, we don't like these people, we don't want them to share the same model artists as us. Which is stupid. Like, that's stupid. Like, why? You don't work with blank blank or blank at all. Again, models or art. You can't, you're not allowed. It's so shady. It's so shady. Hello, T. It's so shady. But it's not true that VTubers lock their manager artists and mods in their basement. About it all the time. I give Spite a follow just to be grateful. Ha ha ha. I've been investigating the statement in the screenshots to see that her ex did on making a lot of fame, all because of marketing. Yeah, competition. I understand when it comes to content creation and things in the entertainment industry. In the entertainment industry alone, there is the sense of competition and having to step on other people just to get ahead because you want to get the best deals, you want to get the best movies, you want to get the best scripts. That's Hollywood thinking. That is Hollywood thinking. YouTube and Twitch content creation is not Hollywood. It is not the same. They are completely different aspects of the entertainment industry. Not the same thing. We don't have to use this backwards way of thinking of like having to step on other people just to get ahead. We don't have to do that. We can be better than that. And we got people here proving again and again that it's still happening. And it doesn't have to be that way, man. Alright. Another example of speaking ill of other creators right away after they saw I was working with Shy Lily. Trying to once again make the idea of working with other clients seem like I'm setting myself up with problematic people who will do me no good in the long run to get me to reconsider working with them. They also continuously kept asking about my other clients' plans, which for them made the antenna go up and immediately went into slandering Lily. They consistently try to reassure me that despite their best efforts, they just happen to keep trying to bring drama in as reasons for me to go exclusive, and that working only with Cinder is them trying to look out for me. Which is bullshit. That's bullshit. Been acting weird towards Cinder lately. We don't know what's going on. Ever since after V-Card launched, why would what would you consider weird? Lately, dipping out of collabs they were both a part of at the last minute, and now ghosting her messages. Cinder's raided her a couple times in the past week, and Lily won't acknowledge Cinder by name. Just like weird petty stuff, I don't know. That's super weird since they both share the same store. Around V-Card's launch, they were talking and collabing, and I don't know what happened, but her asking you for a model after that was just weird. That's not weird. Even though she says she doesn't plan on getting a new model anytime soon, but that's none of your business anyway. The idea that they need to stay informed and gauge the competition is extremely upsetting and toxic to me. The competition they're referring to are people I thought they considered friends who always helped support and platform Cinder. When I pushed back, the immediate response was blaming the other creators, implying that they initiated it by working with me, that somehow justified their actions. So now let me go back, before I click this link and reread this, and Lily won't acknowledge Cinder by name, which actually, Lily did not even mention Cinder at all, I don't think.
Okay. Ooh! Oh my goodness! Hello! Oh! Hello, Raiders! Hello! I am playing Berserker. It's called The Last Berserker Kazan. We were sponsored, but the game was really fun, so I just kept playing for like a million more hours. Hello, everyone! Hello!
Sorry, Lily's a little cut off here.
The Pyropop raid! Hello, Pyropops! What did you guys do? I am low-key addicted. I usually, okay, so most people know me for my gacha addiction, but I really like Souls-like games.
So, like, sure, she doesn't mention Cinder by name.
Mechanically challenged games. This game feels like a real. Have you been on Twitch for a while? It used to be hosting. Couple one too. That's sick. What does rating mean? Okay, so usually it's. Have you been on Twitch for a while? It used to be hosting. Well, it is when hosting you kind of discontinue. Cobblemon for 7 fucking hours. You know what? That's base as fuck. This one is tough. He's so fast. Base as fuck. Be a boss raid. Like that's a boss right there. Should I do another that actually goes so smooth?
So yeah, Lily doesn't mention Cinder by name when they get raided in, but she acknowledges that there was a raid and asks what they were doing. She's just kind of focused on the game. Like, you shouldn't get upset by that. Like, it's not that deep. It's not that deep. It's just Cinder, and you've been doing continuous models outfits for. We'll have the demon update list plus final arcade reference for you as soon as it's finished. Do you know who's rigging Lily's model? Thanks, Nano. Sorry for all the questions. Just gotta stay informed, especially when it comes to our top artists. Never a break. Don't stress too much with the side of things. It's bad for balding. I'm gonna go bald now. Just stupid drama. Gotta stay competitive even when we shouldn't have to. So your profile, yeah, okay. Don't go too far on the competitiveness. It can get bad. Hey, it's not us. Except it is, because you're saying it's competitiveness, and you're the one kind of asking these invasive questions about other people. That's none of your business. Also, Nano, you shouldn't have been telling these people this shit. It doesn't matter. Like, they don't need to know this shit. Why are you telling people things? Like, don't do that. Don't talk about your other clients to other people. Like, don't do that. You know, don't do that. Okay. We aren't the ones getting a model from the artist of the other GamerSup's owner out of the blue and ghosting them and refusing to acknowledge them. Like, shut the fuck up. Okay. Below, I wanted to push back and make clear I was uncomfortable on being dragged into drama. They responded by bringing up more drama and baseless claims, all while trying to guilt trip me. It is ironic and crazy to me that I mentioned not wanting to be dragged into personal issues, only for them to, on multiple occasions, mention other people's alleged drama. So now this is a screenshot with Nano and Cinder. I wanted to say sorry for stepping back on the exclusivity deal. Wanted to apologize personally to you since I've only talked about it with Red, but I just don't want to be dragged on any personal issues like that. After all, still a client, and it makes me anxious and kind of destroys my mental to do this kind of deal. Just wanted to let you know I still love working with you and Red, but I'll understand if things doesn't work out because of I just love my clients, that's all. I get it, Nano, and it was unfair to push this on you, but it's really just confusing going back and forth about it. I just get compared to her a lot, even still today, and it's like I'm always living in someone's shadow, which is one reason why Red asked about not making any more models for her. And when you said I understand if things don't work out, it makes me feel like you're okay with not working with me anymore, which hurts so much after all this time. I really appreciate you, Nano. It's your decision, though, you ultimately work with, but that's how I've been feeling. I don't really see the point in thinking about being compared to Spite. I'm just gonna say Spite. You're so much bigger already, you've done so much more, but I would never give Spite any priority over you. Also, there not even any model for her being discussed. I just want to sleep clear-minded. Also, I'm fine not doing her models, but at least Gamer Sub's art stuff would be fine with me. I don't want to be 100% an asshole to her, that's all. It's not me, but others' opinions of us. I'm just trying to not get involved in any drama that other people want to talk about comparing us. I understand where you're coming from. There's no hard feelings. My mental is just a bit weak. It's not that. It's just that they're pressuring you. It's not that your mental state is weak. It's that they're constantly pressuring you to get in this deal, and they're trying to manipulate you into saying all these other people are bad for your business when it's not the case. That's not your mental being weak. It's them breaking you down. The whole situation is kind of suchy. I just want to get along. Sure. It would be mostly if you hate me for not burning Spite down from my list. Yeah, justifying their behavior by saying that they are simply looking out for me when none of this has anything to do with me to begin with, exactly. And manipulating me into being grateful for earning well, thanks to them, despite the loss of work from long-time returning clients and new clients. Another example of going after other clients of mine from before, claiming that having more clients alongside them makes my work less special with the currents of it's just business. Manipulating me into believing that working with her is special for one of the reasons that I risk losing that special something as a client if I prefer to work with other. No acknowledgement of my reasoning and need for working with other clients due to the nature of my work, solely focused on their issues. Yes. So, the silence. The sign was right there. Hello. Let me read up. I just found another tweet on another Google Doc connected to Sinder. Where can I post the tweet? Drama continues unfolding in real time. One of the art is exclusive and they would earn a year plus. I agree. Do you sign what's right there? Lily did know about this whole drama as early as that stream. I don't think so. If the tweet link is about my experience with Tashi / Sinder, I already have that. We haven't gotten there yet. I would like to note again that this screenshot is one of the main occasions that indicate that Red speaks on Sinder's behalf. I was originally concerned that everything going on with Red may not be 100% of Sinder's feelings or wants. I talked with Red, I believe he talked to you already, and should check if I go here personally. I thought on canceling some models because of it, then I realized it's not really fair to me. I understand what he means, but at the end of the day, it's just a business! Of course we love working with you, want to keep working together, but if you prefer to work with other clients instead of me, I know it's for a reason for you to help grow and not because you don't like me. Being one of your very first model babies was so amazing. I was happy to be able to find someone to help you with Life 2D cutting to improve your skills. And I think that's a big part of why everyone loved the 1.0 model and then started asking you for them. Honestly, I didn't even know about NanoList through Sinder. I knew about NanoList through Iron Mouse. Because Iron Mouse has gotten a couple different models from Nano in the past. So that's how I know NanoList anyway. I don't know her through Sinder whatsoever. Red tries to make it look like they never meant for it to appear like they wanted me to be exclusive by framing it as something I wanted, while immediately doubling down on the fact that me working with more people what makes my work less special and no longer unique, as if every design is just a Sinder clone. I'm a free artist, I should do whatever I want to do. I don't want to take sides on any drama or situations. I still will always have a way to have open slots for Cinder, but I won't be having her as my only customer. I agree. You're a free artist and you should do what you want, but I was under the impression that taking on more Cinder work is what you wanted to do. I didn't think it was like we were making you do that. Guess we gotta misunderstand on both sides? It's more about this. Oh, I see. I meant what I said is still true about how we feel, but I wasn't saying you have to do only Cinder work from now on. Huh? But that is exactly what you said. That makes no sense. That's with anything, though. Not just your work. If you have something special and then everyone wants and gets that thing, it makes it less special. No. Yes and no. Because, like, some people had the mentality, like, that if something's really popular, then they don't want to do that thing. So I get it from that standpoint. But also, fuck you. Like, let them get the art that they want from their dream artist. Like, shut up, you know? But every single model I do is unique and I make them special in their way. It's not like I'm selling Cinder to everyone. Please don't feel this way. No, I know. You pour your heart and soul into your models and they're all incredible. It's simply business. Normalizing their behavior once again by saying that it's simply business to sabotage other people's careers and not work with them and focus on Cinder instead. I can't blame you for accepting work for other big names in the industry and having very desirable talent. If you end up filling your model schedule again like it was, let me know. We'll have to replan some things depending on that. Just don't take this personal or anything. I love working with you guys, and again, apologize for trouble on your plans. Business is business. If you want to go through the projects we talked about and let me know which ones you'd want to do. I want to take it, but I don't want to disrespect Cinder. I just want to do pretty models, no hurt feelings. Business. I know you're a freelance artist and is a long-time client, so it makes sense to continue doing work for her. I understand the logistics of it. I really appreciate understanding my side. I do understand your side too, but sadly it's something between you two, not me. I shouldn't get involved in this fight. I just go art. This feels like a weird breakup. I'm stressing. That's crazy. Yeah. Damage control, making sure none of this reaches to other VTubers and keep and all kept hush-hush while also providing proof that they knew what they do is ill-intended and should not get out, as will cause issues for Cinder's career. You know, if you would just, do things the proper way, you wouldn't have to have this stress of having to worry about things getting out, Try to be transparent as much as possible. You didn't tell fight you canceled because of Cinder, did you? Or whoever this is. I told all of them it was health issues. I would never blame anyone besides, I don't know what that is. We never want to make you feel like we're making you or forcing you to not work on something, especially if it's something you don't want to do. Our conversation the other day wasn't meant to convince you of only doing Cinder work. Again, sorry this sounded to you like I was telling you to only do Cinder work. I'll message you later. The constant obsession with spite and claiming that she is asking for it by causing this unspoken competition, which is coming from absolutely no other source than Cinder herself. Wanting her to recognize Cinder, even though it literally doesn't matter. I feel like there's this unspoken competition between them, like they need to one-up each other because Spite can't get along. But I also understand her point of view. New VTuber who people say looks, sounds, and acts like you becomes just as successful as you in a year. If she did recognize Cinder as an equal or a friend, then it would be like she's endorsing her copy, or like I've seen some people say her replacement. They share a lot of the same audience too. At the end of the day, it isn't about how much we make compared to her. We just want her to recognize, hey, there's a big VTuber too. She got there on her own. Mayor's just like you did, get along. And the marketing potential and money they can make if they teamed up. I just know anything we do, she's watching and will take from or try to outdo. The spitting figure we had on stream, Spite figure was announced on Wednesday. And they're just making up this beef and between Cinder and Spite for some reason. I think Cinder calling herself a Cerberus instead of a hellhound was probably to avoid people comparing her and Cinder, honestly. So I think that's a good thing. I don't know why that's a weird thing to do. Like, you want to differentiate your brands between two different people. Like, if you're gonna look similar, you know, which is why, to me, if you guys remember, Cinder had a toggle on one of her models that let her change into blue, and I didn't think anything of it because I thought that was kind of neat, but maybe some people would, I don't know if there was like any like miniature drama around it, but like if you have like a blue flame toggle, you would assume that she was trying to like imitate Smite. I also remember a time back a long time ago, around this 2023 time period, where Nano for the longest time didn't have their commissions open whatsoever. They were not taking on any new clients, and I wonder if that kind of aligns with all of this bullshit, you know? Up to this is actually mental. Yeah. It's and you see that not being Eric isn't common. Would worry less if they didn't do bad shit in the first place. Exactly. Maybe she doesn't want to get misunderstood as someone else. Exactly. So like, I remember a little bit of like the Spite and Cinder comparisons. Like that was a thing for a little bit, but it wasn't anything too serious, you know. All right, here's the other one. So this one is Bao's perspective, right? Hello, this is Bao. Only want to speak when analysts have decided to spare with the public and messages that directly mention me by name. I would like to kindly ask anyone to refrain from turning into a witch hunt. And remember, we're still humans at the end of the day. Before I start, I want to point out why I am addressing both Cinder and Red, despite the messages being largely from Red. Many times throughout the messages, the words we, or are occur numerous times. As someone who was close to and worked for Cinder for years, I have first-hand experience on how Cinder and Red collaborate, and the extent in which Red operates as her primary point of contact in her professional and personal projects. It is that experience that leads me to believe that all message requests and messages sent by Red were both known of and approved of by Cinder. So I want to look at this. So she announced 2024. One of her things was a commission to get a Life 2D model. 10,000 subs. Commissioned sexy mommy Life 2D model, right? Nanolist was going to be the Life 2D illustrator. After she finished both the design and base model sketch, there was suddenly back and forth on whether or not she had the physical and mental capacity to continue my model. I was very sad, as I had not only teased a screenshot of the model sketch on Twitter, but I had grown very attached to the design and showed it to all my friends. In a private group chat with Cinder was a part of, I shared how devastated I was as she did not comment or say anything despite others in the group chat comforting and reassuring me. I now realize that the reason for her silence was because Cinder and Red were deliberately sabotaging ongoing commissions of blocking VTubers such as myself from having access to art from Nanolist. So that's a Bao message. So that first one was Bao. I couldn't remember. A lot this is all secret talk. La 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 la. Okay. So that's all screenshots we've already seen. Nano asked Redacted on why he has encouraged her to not finish my model. Red then lists my name amongst various VTubers as well as the vendettas Cinder and Red harbor against each. Bao has been getting on our nerves for a while. She hijacked our YouTube editor, constantly picking up artists that we work with. Now she's barking up the tree of one of our Life 2D animators, has a way of guilt-tripping others to get her way. So yeah, so that's the Bao. This is the Bao section. This is what Red lists as reasons why Nano should cancel her ongoing Life 2D editions with me, all the while continuing to collaborate with me and pretending to be my friend. That's not what friends do. Friends do not sabotage other friends out of business opportunities. Friends do not spread lies to fuel selfish narratives. Friends do not use the private information they get from the privilege of being close friends just to use it to manipulate others. If stepping on your friends and abusing your power connections is how you get to the top, then I hope you realize no one will be left when you get there. That is a good point. I have a not high, I don't want to say it's like a bad opinion about, I don't have a good opinion about, just due to a recent tweet that they made about editors, where they're like, oh, editors are allergic to money. they're allergic to getting paid. And me being an editor, when I was doing editing commission work, I said, no, it's not that we don't want to get paid. It's that we don't get paid enough to do what we do. And that's why I don't have a very good opinion, especially when it comes to like editing work. However, there are other reasons why I have somewhat good opinion about, and that's a good statement. That's a good statement. So I'm neutral towards Bao, honestly. I've been saying this for over a decade. Common sense is a fucking superpower. It's common sense and critical thinking. You can learn common sense, and you can learn how to be a critical thinker. It's actually using it that you need to learn to do, you know? I'll be honest with this. I think Red impersonates Cinder in the messages. I see. Yeah. And some people would have that thought, I think. Okay. So I'm scrolling down. More screenshots of them urging Nano to cancel the ongoing live litigation with me. I wouldn't offer it for free, maybe half price if she starts shit. I don't know what I have ever done to either Red or Cinder to deserve this level of vitriol towards me. I don't remember having any issues or any problem that couldn't be solved by talking. Regarding the messages where Cinder and Red openly accuse me of stealing their YouTube editor, Boss Rush music video animator, as well as any artists that I've worked with. I'd love to edit a video for you and just send a friend request on Discord. You hijacked our YouTube editor. Their YouTube editor, Kaiser, is a mutual YouTube channel editor for myself and Cinder. My channel manager, June, and I asked Kaiser for one stream highlight per month, as we are aware of his extensive position as Cinder's channel manager. I made a point to note this in my inquiry email to him in 2023. Kaiser shared with us that he's afraid to ask Cinder for a raise because he initially turned down an exclusivity deal. As a friend to both Cinder and Kaiser, I encouraged him to take the deal and assured him that it would not change our friendship, as I would never want someone I care about to miss an opportunity, even if it meant I would lose him as an editor. The editors who were in the call can corroborate this. I'm sharing this context because there are no words to describe the hurt and betrayal I feel now, knowing that on the other side of this conversation, Cinder and Red were actively portraying me as a thief and a detriment to their business. I've only ever supported them in their activities and never once thought that I had somehow gotten on their nerves. Bao had original songs last year that had MVs by her editor, and the songs flopped. I'm in shock and disbelief that this is a narrative they decided that I deserved. Then I harbored an invisible jealousy because my songs flopped made me feel sick to my stomach. In late 2024, I was dealing with debilitating TMG pain that resulted in me having to drain fluid from my jaw. They both knew this. I have always wanted my friends to succeed alongside me. And I don't know how they could say these things while simultaneously weaponizing my most vulnerable moments against me. Yeah, so they're talking about how the editor for the Boss Rush, and they're like, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so, since we know how Bao is behind the scenes, but basically we don't have an MV editor now. We think Bao got pissed that her editor did an original song. And then he had to make it public on Twitter that he's only work with her going forward. After I finish up 2 more comps for Peace, I'll be shutting down my comps forever and editing anonymously in-house for Bao. Freelance has been fun and got to work with lots of really cool people, but I'm putting myself in Bao content as my only priorities for the future. This literally reads like a hostage note.
Save up to 40% your first year at lifelock.com/Spotify. Terms apply.
Hello, Nigel here.
And this message is Cinder and Red are referring to my animator Sacramore, who I've been working with since 2023. Proof of how long we have worked together. In 2024, Sac asked me if he could go completely exclusive for me and work for me in-house with no credit in order for him to be able to quietly work on his personal projects and brand without having VTubers ask him for more commission work. I was happy to accept. I want to reiterate that this was Sac's decision and no one else's. Here's proof of Sac mentioning he wishes to be my in-house animator directly to my channel manager, June, back in 2024, refuting Red's claims that I locked him up due to Boss Rush's success. Yo, is it fine if going forward I don't be credited in video descriptions? I'd rather just be more an in-house type of thing for Bao after this thing is done. It's the last commission I ever do for anyone besides Bao. I want to make a name for myself through my own content and not really my work for others next year. Which is valid. That's valid. So, like, it's kind of a similar situation that happened with me, because it's like, I'd only been editing for other people for a little bit of time, but it was causing me to burn out, and like I said a little bit earlier when Bao was like, oh, people are allergic to money. It's like, no, I want to get paid. But the amount of money I was getting paid for the amount of work I was doing didn't feel good. It felt awful. And especially when one of the clients wants a very specific editing style that I personally don't like doing, and constantly asking for changes on it, and constantly being like, oh, but we could do this and this and this, and it makes me feel like my work wasn't good enough. So I was like, okay, I would harder, really. Go lay down. I would rather work on my own stuff than have to be under that kind of stress, you know? Like, it makes me feel like the work that I put in isn't good enough for the client. And I don't want to feel like that anymore. And so that's why I kind of stopped doing editing commissions. Carter, go lay down. There's nobody out there. Come on. It's fine. Pretty bubbly. Yeah. Why aren't you covering this privately? If you look at the timeline events for now, Nano's document, some of those messages date back years. I found out about this less than 48 hours ago, and they did not give me common courtesy of talking to me privately about these over the years. Thoughts, feelings, and my most vulnerable, darkest moments that I shared in confidence with people I thought would be on my side for years from now may have been used as information to ruin my chances to have the same VTuber model as someone I thought was my friend. I don't know how I can ever be the same after this. So, woof, hello. Hello, how's it going, Riku? Holy, that's a name I haven't seen in a while. I've been here and there, existing, yeah. We like grits in this house. Makes sense, yeah. More drama, another doc just dropped. Crazy. Real bad now. Amazing, I love that. So we're slowly getting there, guys. So, and then we have a thing from Sinder so far. Effective immediately, Red would no longer be managing or overseeing my VTuber activities. He no longer presents me as a creator, my brand, or my intentions. Sorry, everyone. I will make a larger response when I am able. I'm wondering if she actually did anything or not. Oh, thanks for the follow. I really appreciate it. Oh, you're following me on the YouTubes. Hello, YouTube person. So, and then this is funny to me because it's like, okay, so you're throwing the manager under the bus, essentially, right now, without actually saying anything about what you've done so far. And then we got this comment at the very top from Van Peaches. I remember playing Phasmophobia with you and hear Red chat away next to you before you first debuted like 4 years ago. You told me he was your boyfriend. Then before we met for TwitchCon, you switched up and said, just so you know, my manager is coming with me on this trip, as if I didn't know who he was. It's even ickier to read this tweet knowing he is your significant other and that you're probably going to try and avoid taking responsibility for hurting people who trust you as friends by nuking the Red side of this duo. Which is like, not surprising. Shondo, VTubers already have a BF or GF that is currently their manager. Internet. No, they don't. Shut the fuck up, bitch. Cinder. I fired Red. He doesn't align with me. Someone revealed Cinder's BF. She who speaks the truth that they called her the devil. So it is right. Like, I wouldn't be surprised. It's very common for people who are in relationships for their significant other to become their manager for whatever reason. I don't think you should do that because that kind of complicates your relationship. Like, don't make your boyfriend or girlfriend your manager. Don't do that. It complicates your relationship. It adds an element to your relationship that should not be there. Don't do it. Just don't do it. Taking care of me noodles, yes. Apparently going to WeCon last year. Ah, nice. Apparently, Grits, speaking of WeebCon, so, hold on, my brain's not working. My brain's not working. Give me a second. My brain isn't working! 1 second. Oh, Komodo, that's it. My brain didn't want to work. Komodo actually DM'd me. He's like, are you at WeebCon? I'm like, I'm sitting in the parking lot at work. No, I'm still in Wisconsin, bro. He's like, oh, I thought you were at WeebCon. I'm like, you just saw my doppelganger. That's it. So I thought that was kind of funny. Brain isn't brainy. Nope, it's not. Oh, the situation is cooked. Yeah. Situation's usually cooked. Real bad now. Where? Let's see if there's anything else here. Nope, nothing so far. So before I start perusing my Twitter real quick, I'm gonna read this other thing from Rayne. So apparently Rayne used to be a part of the ASMR community. They apparently have not really been making content since then. But thank you for taking the time to read this document. The events described in it happened about 4 to 5 years ago before the first Cinder debut. I understand there will doubtless be accusations of me clout chasing by revealing them. However, I wanted to corroborate Nanolist's assertion that she is not who she appears to be on the surface and confirm that no matter how much damage control she does, she is just as responsible as Red. Cinder and I met while she was still running her Tashi.mp3 YouTube channel, which is why all the following screenshots will show her as Tashi rather than Cinder, and that will come up later. At the time, she was only just starting her account. I already had my own ASMR RP channel with 8,000 subscribers, and as a bigger channel than her, she couldn't wait to work with someone as talented as me. You'll get there. It's still hard for me to believe that someone so talented likes my voice enough to want to work together. We never ended up actually making any content together, but it didn't stop us from talking pretty much every day at the time, and eventually she found a new way to make me useful. Pretty much immediately she was flirting with me, despite, as you could see here, having a boyfriend and both of us knowing she had a boyfriend, including regularly talking shit about him to me while telling me how great it would be were I to replace him. I understand that I'm no angel in this myself, but hey, at least I can be honest about it. And they're like, talking about, they're basically flirting. They're flirting, they're talking about like fleshlights and shit like that. I'm not gonna cover any of this because it's not that deep. Despite what was evidently nothing serious for her and just a means of keeping herself occupied, she felt the need to keep bringing me along with proclamations of real love, which again, I was silly to have believed in the first place, but still. For obvious reasons, I won't share any explicit sexing, not just because of the not safe for work nature of it, but also I just don't think it helps. However, note that this all went on for several months and included more than just text, as both the date and the context of the following screenshot proves. One reason I felt it important to share these details in particular is because I never found out if Red got told about what happened, especially not in full lucidity. The primary reason I've held on to all this for so long was an itchy feeling that Red never fully knew, and it always felt like it would be unnecessary drama, so I left it alone, but now seems as good a time as any. Red, if you're reading this, I'm sorry for all that happened back then, I really am. But given the actions you two have taken together regarding other VTubers, I still think you're perfect for each other regardless, which I think is a nice little jab, which is kind of funny. The end. After Cinder got done using me for fleeting sexual gratification, our conversation slowed down, exasperated by the Cinder character coming into fruition and finding immediate success. I'd stopped making content for a decent length of time by then, and thus she no longer felt she could ladder climb from me. She made a new group chat without me. I kid, but yeah, they were the entrance exam for the uni college. Congrats on passing them. I've just been on the VTuber sides of thing, working on commissions and whatnot. What? And Cinder doesn't want to be my friend? Only Tashi does? It's just easier not having multiple ongoing conversations. Until eventually she stopped using that account altogether and committed fully to Cinder, and I never heard from her again, something I was uncannily aware would happen even back then. I'll message you at this time in 2022 and you won't even remember who I am. And that's pretty much it. This isn't meant to be what we all make mistakes, including me, as I've shown in the same document, but it felt like a good time to get off my chest things that have been on it for half a decade now. Finally, some closure. And I'm just going to throw this one in the end because it's kind of funny to see it in retrospect. Don't forget about me when you become a big popular YouTuber. Funny, funny. Funny, 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 funny. Of course, ignore that. And of course, with me, I just... My own personal tweet is just made... Is just business. Sure, maybe this was Hollywood. VTubing is not Hollywood. VTubing is not Hollywood. And I don't understand why people can't Recognize that. Well, this turned into a storm. You get it? My last name's Storm. Ah. All a classic case of their greed was their own downfall. Yes. This turned into a storm. Honestly, feel bad for the others she stepped on. Yeah, same. I got a summary on Twitter. This situation is. Does it help if you turn it on and back on again? I wish I could turn my brain on and off again. So I am actually going to open up the lovely thread of. There's actually more in the. There's more stuff, I'm sure, in the thread here. Let me look. I'm gonna look at. This is a good time for me to be in the false chord, right? Let me see if there's more. This is, I'm gonna be looking for scrolling through. So I have this statement from this person, Brett Ultimus. This has been all over my timeline. And while I'm not a part of this world, as a project manager, the flat-out attempts at manipulation towards the artist are disgusting, something I know plenty of artists deal with. Whatever this manager was doing was not business. Having the client trash talk another client to an artist is the most enormous red flag, especially when that artist has done work for that client. That's not business, that's just being petty. I have a few takeaways. As an artist, renegotiate if you're uncomfortable with the terms presented. A project manager worth their salt will take the time to listen to you and express what they can and can't do professionally. At best, terms can be renegotiated for something fair to you. At worst, no more time is wasted on a transaction, opening you to better prospects. If someone wants to negotiate exclusivity, understand what that means and define those terms. Exclusivity doesn't mean permanent, so define those periods, a month, a year, 10 years, and then get paid accordingly for any lost work. Another direction is being put on a salary paid by the client for a defined period. Sounds expensive? That's because exclusivity is expensive, especially if a client is trying to lock out an artist from working with other clients. Make a contract. This is especially important. I know freelancers sometimes panic at the idea of contracts, but this will outline the expectations of both the client and the artist. It's for everyone's protection. If the terms don't work for you and can't be negotiated, walk away. A good client will also understand this and not guilt you for doing so. Everything above is business. Sure, people can walk away from the table disappointed, but at least nobody's time or money is wasted by doing so, which is good. Like this person understands that that is business. That's the business. Red is not. He's like, this is just business, but you're shit talking other people, and that's not business. That is sabotaging. That is not good. Like, don't do that. Don't do that. Let me see what else we got here in the false chord. Let's see what else we got here in the false chord. I'm wondering how false is taking this. Oof, yeah. I don't know. So let's see. Let's see. Bo can't catch a break. That's true. Ah, shit, here we go again. Boo. Still reading through. There's a lot in here. Okay. Yeah, thanks for head pats. I wanted to, so this is from Hades. Thank you for the head pats. I'm scrolling and looking. I won't go into details, but just I'm not false. I don't prepare these things beforehand, man. I'm not. Cinder's always came off as fake to me. Thank you for the head pats. Cats. Ow. Yeah. Hello. Oh, hi, Yvonne. How's it going? Yvonne, I haven't seen you in a hot minute. How are you doing? I won't, so Hades, got this. I won't go into the details, but just wow, this is open, this is just open wounds. There were people I thought I was on good terms with who had been slandering me to friends, mods, etc., and just overall seemed to have a hobby of talking poorly about me. It was even as serious that there was a hate server in existence, and yeah, it hurts when you find out stuff like this because it's so blindsiding. Words. My heart goes out to anyone who has ever experienced stuff like this. Also, I read something from, Cynical too. Let me open that real quick. I had something from Cynical that I saw, and like I saw. Let me find this. So, fuck, this shit happened to me not too long ago. Friends talking shit behind my back, pretending like everything was fine, having to find out from different source that my friendships have been unraveling behind the scenes and there's no repair. It took me years to recover. I'm still not fully recovered from it. I still, to this day, find it really hard to make genuine friends with people after this happened to me. I wish I could say I can only imagine how horrible it must be, because it is genuinely that horrible. It fucks with your ability to make connections. I want to believe in recovery, but I'm still recovering and trying to get there myself. Please be kind to everyone affected. It's not easy. It's not going to be painless. Friends aren't stepping stones for your success. I'm a strong believer in karma, what goes around always comes around. And then the later post, Cinder 2 redacted right now. Long live the king, which I find kind of funny. That I thought was funny. I'm reading somebody's comment in the Discord. Man, people are just not satisfied to just be successful. No, because they need to literally sabotage their own success. Which is funny because yesterday there was a tweet yesterday that I saw where it was like, oh yeah, I made this really great fan art of this person, and then the second image is like, oh, it turns out this person's actually awful. Let me read here. I'm glad that they shared both mine and Spice's posts in the server. That's nice. That's nice of them. Still reading through the server, sorry. So here's Zoltan. Our friends deserve the world. Let's lift each other up. Go give Spite Vtuber some love, because we like Spite. This sucks. This sucks for Nano and Bout. It sucks for all of our friends. It sucks for our community as a whole. I know these events will shock many, but please don't lose sight that there are some absolutely sweet and wonderful content creators out there who are doing their best to raise each other up and make your world a better place. That said, it stings seeing people I thought were friends talking shit about someone I've known since Vtuber, someone who has been nothing but an absolute sweetheart for years, who did not deserve the shit slung at her in those DMs. I'm heartbroken for my friend. I love you, Spite. So yeah, that's how I figured out most of what they were talking about was Spite. So yeah, That's how I knew about that. I'm scrolling through more of the Discord. We got Claro. This has been surprising considering all my times working with them has been positive. I wish all who were hurt by this to recover and those who made mistakes to own up for them and learn from this. Let's also avoid spreading any more hate, please. Here, let me actually... I have... Sure, we'll just add the YouTube link. Whatever. Wow. Okay. So yeah. I thank God that the Sinder Dockies from Gamer Shops didn't ship yet and I could cancel it. That's crazy. Reading more of the thingy thing. I don't like Oh, I'm gonna watch this. So somebody tweeted this. I don't like engaging in drama in the VTuber space, but waking up to this one between Nanolith, Cinder, and Bao has been wild. So instead of giving my thoughts on this, here's a really bad Star Wars edit presenting a drama in a nutshell. Go.
Let her go, Anakin. Let her go.
I'm sorry, this is funny.
You turned her against me. You have done that yourself.
This is really badly edited, actually.
Your anger and your lust for power have already done that. You have allowed this Dark Lord to twist your mind until now you have become the very thing you swore to destroy. Don't lecture me, Obi-Wan. I see through the lies of the Jedi. I do not fear the dark side as you do. I have brought peace, freedom, justice.
I don't know. I don't know who the cat is. That's the thing. I don't know who this cat person is. English is difficult. Yeah, it's cool seeing people talk off the cuff. Yeah. Oh, thanks. The most avoidable drama, by the way. I know, right? Or, bro. This is me. No more fan art for Cinder. I never drew a fan art. Fine. Wouldn't that be Nano? Probably. Is that Naples? It's not Nano. Nano's a bat, so I don't know who Naples is. Maybe it's one of the editors. The fucking tweet is the lightsaber. That's so stupid. I love that. All right, so we needed so that we needed that a little bit, I think. So stupid. Anyway, apparently Tectone's looking at it. We don't care about Tectone. Oh, I met Tectone. Okay, so here's my personal take on this. So I mentioned before, I have met Cinder exactly once. I have met her once IRL. I met her at WeebCon 2023. Brits, you went there. You were there. You remember WeebCon 2023? Yeah. So Cinder was cosplaying as Princess Boo, I think. The Boo, like when the whole thing with the crown with Bowsette, so it was Booette or whatever, so that she was cosplaying as that. I met her she was pretty chill, you know? So, like, I got no weird vibes at all from her whatsoever. So that's just my personal meeting of Sinder. She never gave me any sort of weird vibes at all. So, like, but at the same time, I'm not entirely surprised stuff like this would happen either, given the nature of VTubers and the VTubing scene as a whole. A lot of stupid people do stupid shit, and it turns out a lot of really super nice people are assholes somehow, you know? Let me scroll through the Discord, the false cord more. I'm reading. I'm Her numberal is going through it, man. He's retired from VTuber News, and he's like, oh my god, there's 4 documents. Apparently there is a 4th one now. Dude, if I ever wake up to 4 separate Google Docs about me, actually just take me out back and shoot me. My anxious ass cannot handle that amount of heat. Where is it?
And pet clothes and toys too. Save 20
True.
to 60% off other retailers' prices at Ross.
Brother, I'm trying to keep up, man. There is a 4th one.
Undisclosed location, or just beyond where you are right now. With over
Oh, Sacramore. Okay, Sacramore.
Find your next level at armyciviliancareers.com.
Sacramore apparently has a doc, so not available for hire. Okay, so hello, I am Bao. This is from June. Hello, I am Bao's channel manager, and yes, I was there in the call with Kaiser, Bao, and Sac, and Bao encouraged Kaiser to take the raise. It was definitely something she thought would be best for him. Bao supported any opportunity to think that Kaiser would choose to go. Also, with the part where Bao references the call, I was one of the people in the call and can confirm that she did say what is stated in the doc. Feel free to read if you want. This was 9 hours ago. So here is Sacramore. Here's the other Google Doc. Here it is. This is going to be very unorganized, but I'll try and keep this brief since I don't really think that they read specifically deserve any more of my attention after hearing what they have said about me, and also how working with them was. Yeah. I've been yapping. My throat actually... Running through the 90s, chat. Yep, I was there. God, that was only 3 years ago. Oh, fuck. No, it was 2 years ago. It was 2 years ago. It's 2. It's just 2. Just 2. 2023 was 2 years ago. We're in 2025. It's not 2026 yet, man. I know it feels like it. I know it feels like it, but it's not 2026 yet. Shh. Shh. That's not her. She was dressed as a Kami character. No. She literally was dressed as Bouette. I met her. Like I literally met her in person. She was dressed as Bouette on one of the days. She cosplayed a couple different days, but she definitely cosplayed as Bouette on her meet and greet day. Bao's a real one. If this whole situation tells us anything, that's that. Bao, like I said before, I am very neutral towards Bao because I don't like her opinion about how editors are allergic to money and don't deliver things on time. Like, that's like lumping all of us together, and it's like, that's not the case. Some of us want to deliver things on time. Like, that, like, I don't like her for that, but like, Bao's okay otherwise. Alright, I forgot she mentioned that during her time is going fast, man. I mean, you need to slow down. That's all I'm saying, man. Okay. First of all, to address this screenshot. I asked Bao to go anonymous and in-house because I'd been wanting to focus on my own projects for 2025 since I had spent pretty much all of 2023, 2024 doing video for others. Was having a lot of companies reaching out to ask me to work for them, and I am not good at saying no to work opportunities. Since, in general, being just an editor is not a long-term sustaining thing in most scenarios, hence why a large majority either turn to becoming managers or their own content creators with their own platforms. So I just wanted to be left alone this year to work on other things than just editing for other people, which is why I want to be separated from my commissioned work, since I do not like the idea of just being labeled as an editor. Right. Which is very valid. When me and Cinder initially discussed working on a music video project of TwitchCon, everything was fine and friendly. However, the part that is stated as practically jumped through hoops is, well, a bit of an overstatement to say the least, since they had asked me a significant amount of times trying to get me to work with them after I told them no multiple times, and I only said yes because they offered double pay. You wouldn't happen to be available for an MV in a week or two, would you? Oh, I'm completely full every day this month, and earliest I could do is November 9th. Just checking. I'm 100% down for one after that date, though. Sorry to bother, but do you all know the exact release date? Since I could try working something out to fit it in if y'all want. By the 22nd-ish. Hey, Red, thanks for writing. So, been trying to figure out if there was any feasible way I could slide Cinder into my schedule this month, but between moving in my new apartment this week and the Halloween album, I think November 9th is the very earliest I can start. I'm very sorry, but if there's any projects after that date, how long does it usually take for you to edit an MV? This one is really tiny. But it depends completely in length, so optimal would be a little over a week or two. Something you would feel about giving you everything for the MV now, work on it between your other projects. I really would love to be able to squeeze y'all in, and absolutely would if I could, but I generally don't have any days free until November 9th at the earliest this month, and start in November is literally just an ass beating for my schedule. Okay, thanks. You're missing out on a good one. When was it you were free again? Things have been pushed back a lot. November 9th is my last MV for BOW until like first week of December. To be honest, I'll probably start on it a day or two after I wrap up the BOW MV. This song has a lot of typography. Is there something you're good with? Can I hear it? If not, no worries. Just so I can get an idea. Is it English or JP? Lots of animated text with different fonts, but yeah, that's fine. Is it just one still image she's using for artwork? I can send you more details in a week or two. Alright. Are you available? All good. I'm still 100% down. We were hoping end of November release. Oh yeah, that'd be impossible. Like I said, I'm still super down to do it and really hope to be able to work with Senator in the video, but my schedule is always super packed, fully planned, weeks and months ahead without much wiggle room. Let me know what you all like to do. I'm feeling... What if we pay you double? Also, I'm not sure what they're on about with BOW not knowing about me working with them. So I asked BOW with Cinder and Red standing right next to me at TwitchCon if it was fine, since I had agreed to do all the Halloween album but would probably miss one of the songs, and she had no problems with it at all. Come bearing gifts. Also, the stream was pushed back for the reason of the video wasn't done yet. However, this part really got under my skin due to the fact that it was just straight up not true, and if something goes wrong in the video production line, no matter who's at fault, the blame will fall to the editor or animator pretty much every time. I'm still not sure why the stream was pushed back, so it felt as if I was getting passive-aggressively blamed publicly on stream in front of thousands for the lateness really upset me, since the video was not late even under a very tight deadline, where I did not even receive all the artwork until the 18th, the first full master until the 19th, and then asked to also make a teaser version as well as an ad for the end of the video for their merch on the 21st, which I was not informed of at all prior to planning. I also had skipped going home for Thanksgiving after having a family member pass to get this video done and rush the hell out of it. Entire video was done from scratch in little under 2 weeks. Since there was quite a bit both visual and audio assets I did not have at the time that even remotely resembled what the final product would sound like, so it felt this was an attack on my work ethic, which is something I take quite a lot of pride in. I did not receive the merch assets until the 27th as well either. Even with revisions, all the extra trailers, the video was completed and delivered on time with enough time for YouTube to process the 4K version. There's probably more that I should clarify since I'm aware this is unbelievably poorly organized, but I'm very tired and don't feel like giving any more energy to these people. If there's anybody who has questions for me, just send me a DM. That's insane.
Would you rather be king of the carpool,
Honestly, this guy sounds like me. I have a great work ethic too. I probably would have been like, oh yeah, you know, you want to pay me double, sure. But that's a lot of stress to not get all the assets the very few days before it needs to get delivered. That is hard crunch time. That is hard crunch time. Man, that's ridiculous. Yeah. Time is going fast. It's so stupid. Like, it's so crazy. Okay. Nux is hardly a VTuber. Wait, huh? Wonder where that's from. Stay out of the know. Been a real eventful week for gamer subs. Okay, so I'm basically caught up now in the false chord. I'm caught up now in the false chord thread. So my thoughts. So here are my concluding thoughts so far on this entire situation so far. We still don't have Cinder's official say, her side of things, because the last thing she tweeted was 7 hours ago, I think, if I look at this correctly. Yeah, it was from 7 hours ago, right? We still have nothing else. So we have nothing else from Cinder now. Cinder's now a partial owner as of January 16th. VTubing is not Hollywood. There's no reason for us to be stepping on one another just to see growth. For me, and especially since my time in a very specific so here's a fun fact. I was in a very specific VTubing agency that really promoted competition between the talents of that agency on an app that no longer exists with things. So if that gives you a hint at anything, then there's your hint. You know, cow moo. I never liked the competitiveness that they really seem to want to push on all the talents for whatever reason. It's stupid. I've always been about, like, collaborativeness. I think it's best to lift each other up, especially if you get along. Like, if you want to, like, collab and get along with other people, it's best to, like, help and support each other and lift each other up, especially if one of you is doing better than the other. And it's like, okay, but don't forget da-da-da-da-da. And hardly anybody really did that. They started instead focusing on their own thing, which is fair. But it's like, I would rather people focus on their own thing and kind of leave you behind, in a sense, than you using them to get ahead. You know, like, you're using them and sabotaging them while pretending everything is fine. And I would rather just be left and forgotten, you know, than... I would rather just have the growth just push us apart, in a sense, but we're still on good terms, than somebody stepping and using me to get ahead. Because that's shitty. Both are kind of bad, but at least one's is not as bad. The dumbest way. Woke up and was greeted by all this. What a wild day. Yeah, no, it's crazy. So avoidable. Most dumbest way to ruin your image. Exactly. Like, sure, she can apologize and all, but I won't reverse the damage done and trust broken. Exactly. The only way trust can be fixed is through time. Yes, yeah. VTubing, Twitch, YouTube content creation as a whole, it's not Hollywood. This is not Hollywood. This is like tactics that you employ when you're in Hollywood. And even then, you kind of get shit on by more genuine people, because like look at the people who try to make it, who try to do the right thing, and they end up not getting as good of a deal as the people who do shit things and get ahead by stepping on people and being genuine assholes. People promote, like, they lift up all these shit people rather than focusing on the people who actually do good. Like, it's so stupid that society is like this, man. Like, why do we support, quote, support is in quotations here, it's not actual support, but like, why do we support the people who are so shit? And we're gonna be making these calls out. This is like, we see these call out posts, right? We see these documentations and seeing how shit this person is, and then everybody's like immediately going to fucking forget all this bullshit within the next 2 weeks. They're gonna forget everything else because the next thing is gonna come in and be like, oh, this person is now a shit person. It's like, man, and that's like, that's just the nature of this stuff. It's like, it's the VTuber drama of the week, right? There's shit going on at Gamersteps. There's shit going on with the fucking artist community. There's shit going on with all the indies, and we got the shit going on with Niji Sanji. There's just so much bullshit going on. It's kind of, you're a former agency VTuber? Yes, I am. Fun fact. That's why I went on hiatus for the longest time last September, if you all remember. I think the support you're referring to is the kind you see with your wallet. Yeah. No, the kind of support I'm mentioning is the people quote retweeting and hating on people. Like, remember, you know that girl with the dreadlocks? Yeah. The VTuber with the dreadlocks. She got famous literally from grifting. So that's what I mean. She got famous from grifting. She got Twitter famous from grifting. You know? That's what I'm saying. Pepperidge Farms remembers. Yeah. Oh, that kind sucks. Yeah. Yikes. Yep. That's because we're stubborn, and that's how humanity is. Yeah, we don't learn from our history. Nah, this is high school drama all over again. Exactly. I have been in my own kind of drama, and weirdly enough, I hate being stressed out, I hate having anxiety, but, you know, it's like one of those things where it's like, now I'm self-sabotaging my own life with my anxiety. So it's like, would I rather be stressed by external drama, or would I rather ruin my own life self-sabotaging myself by inventing drama that doesn't exist? I'd rather have to deal with external drama than create my own. It's stupid. Excuse me. I think that download the app today. So my opinion, and closing thoughts, with the current information that we have don't have nothing from. I think that Red is not a good manager whatsoever. Shit talking with an artist about their clients is stupid. Like, and I don't agree with Nano engaging in that conversation with them either. I think that she should have been like, I'm not comfortable having these conversations unless you want to talk about commission work or anything like that. Do not talk to me about other people that I work with. Like, that should have been a boundary set from the start. Nano should have just set a boundary from the start, and then probably would have avoided getting manipulated by these people, right? I am curious though if she will own up to all this. If she does, then I think there's some respect to be had there. If she doesn't, then I have no respect whatsoever. I don't watch Cinder anyway, so it doesn't mean much to me. I think Nano should have set a hard boundary. Don't talk about other clients with clients, you know? Like, I wouldn't. unless one of my clients is my friends, because I've had clients become friends before. But even then, it's like, she tried to set a hard boundary of like, don't bring up any drama towards me, and they completely disrespected her boundary too. But she also still engaged with it when it was broken, which again, you should have stuck by your boundary and just be like, I don't want to talk about this, you know? Stick by your boundaries. Don't let people walk all over you. Red's an awful project manager. They're also kind of both shit for trying to pressure them into an exclusivity deal. So yeah. I feel like most people, everybody in this situation is I don't think Nano is really shitty in this, but I do think they should have just stuck to their boundaries for sure. Don't use people to get ahead. It's never gonna work out for you in the long run. And if it does, fuck you. That should have been, I guess, common sense, you know? And my throat hurts. I've been yapping about this for a little bit of time, honestly. How long have I been talking about this? About an hour, 40 minutes. My neck hurts. And I'm kind of done talking now. My throat hurts. This entire situation is kind of shitty, so. Yeah. I'm not false. I'm not gonna be as good as false, but hopefully, and I just wanted to talk about this because it's just like, it's kind of shitty. I just wanted to be like, hey, you know, all this, it's not gonna deter me from trying to make friends, because I generally am a pretty good judge of character a lot of the time. So a lot of the people that I surround myself with are the people who I view to be similar to myself. They have respect for others. They have some sort of a sense of humor. You know, they're kind, open-minded, you know, willing to discuss things and that nature. I surround myself with people who are like-minded and who I am like, oh yeah, this person is a genuine person, you know? And I'm pretty good at telling genuine people, so getting a good feel for them and things like that. So I try to not, and especially with my anxiety, I try not to think of like people are just using me, you know? I try not to think about like, oh, are they talking about me behind my back? You know, shit like that. It's not healthy to think about that stuff constantly, especially when you have anxiety and things. They get stressed out with that kind of thought process. It's not good to always be paranoid either. So I don't want people to take the situation. I still want you guys to be cautious about who you're friends with for sure. Like, always vet people. Always try to be like, you know, are they actually worthy of my time? Definitely do that, but don't always close yourself off to opportunities for business or friendship in this kind of, you know, community, this kind of work. You know, don't close yourself off completely, because you'll end up, first and foremost, lonely, and secondly, you'll miss out on a lot of opportunities you wouldn't otherwise have. Always proceed with caution. Always proceed with an open mind. You don't have to proceed with an open heart, though. Always guard yourself. Always, keep yourself safe first and foremost. But never close yourself off completely. You know what I mean? Automod hates you, sorry. Good advice. No gatekeeping. Doesn't make a girl boss. Everybody is at fault. It's everybody's fault. Everybody sucks. Everybody. Now, everybody fucks. Everybody. Now, everybody sucks. This has definitely come to bite Cinder. Yep. Hope for the best, prepare for the worst. Oh, hey, Ashen. Cinder is sus. Cinder is the imposter. This is why I watch Godzilla -1 so many times, as humanity is at fault for creating a monster. actions. I think some people just don't know how to deal with success either. Like, there's no point if you're already seeing good growth. What's the point of using people to further progress yourself? You're already seeing growth doing what you're doing now. There's no reason to be a shitty person in the end. That's why anytime I'm like, if I ever have something come out about me, which could happen, you know, I've never been a good person. I mean, I have been a good person. Me saying I've never been a good person. I've never been a good person, Chad. I kick puppies and pinch babies' noses and make them cry. You know, I'm an awful person. I cheated on one boyfriend once in 2015. Oh my god. I'm awful. I actually have told somebody to KYS themselves once ever in my life, and of course I immediately regretted it, because it's like, you never say that to somebody. Like, don't do that. Like, I will admit I've said that. It's stupid. Don't do that. It's like she let insecurity grow and affect things too much. Aha, you feel prepares Google Doc. It's blank. You know what they say, what's done is done in the dark. Right. Also, hello. Hi. How's it going, Dusk? Every soul on earth has a darkness. Yeah. It's like, you know, it sucks. Everybody's human. My dad always likes to quote this. He's like, the battle between good and evil is within us all. And I think it is. I truly think so. Like, it is. It's not hard to be a good person. Sometimes it is, though, you know. Like, we all have intrusive thoughts. We all have the darkness within us to want to be better and to want to, you know, bring others down to lift ourselves up. But we can fight that to be better. You know what I mean? So, both sides is better, especially with built-in training. No, honestly, I actually would rather see that in the future. Instead of Google Docs exposing people, let's have Google Slides, please. I want a PowerPoint presentation on why this person sucks. Let's go. Maybe I should do that. I've got shit on somebody that I could probably write a Google Doc about, but I have a good reason. They're a registered sex offender, so but I still haven't released any of that. I still have the notes written down. I still have the screenshots. I still never released them because it's like, I feel like it's not worth it. Clip art and sound effects. Yes, we need that. Absolutely. Need a whole ass video. I need an MV with a diss track explaining why this person sucks. What did they do? Let's rap about it. This person sucks because they touched some kids and then they fucked their mom under the goddamn bridge or some shit like that. I don't fucking know. Hey, what's up, Darth? I heard that Cinder is gonna stop using her current model while going back to the 1.0 model to respect Nano's boundaries since she no longer works with her. Oh, I see. Bring back diss tracks. I mean, they still go on. Yeah. She's gonna stop using her current— I don't even know what her current model is, actually. Again, I haven't watched Cinder in a hot minute. I don't— Let me go up here. Shut up. Is this the pajama model? Is it this one? This pajama model thing? Yeah. Okay. But yeah, I don't— I'm a smaller streamer, I'm a smaller content creator myself. I wouldn't dream of using people to get ahead in a negative manner. Like, I've respectfully asked people, like, hey, do you know so-and-so? Do you think you could set me up to, like, get to know them or some shit like that? Or things just kind of happen naturally. So, like, how I meet people and network with people, I usually put myself out there as best as I can. And if we talk more frequently, then we talk more frequently. So, for instance, I know Cody, right? I know Cody because of False. and Cody and I are friends. I don't know how that happened, but we're friends somehow. And when I went to Vexpo, I got to meet one of his friends. And he's like, oh, hey, this is Lyonia. And I'm like, oh, hey, hi, Lyonia. And me and Lyonia hang out. And so now me and Lyonia are friends somehow. So that's just how things go for me. Like, I just meet people, and then I meet other people, and sometimes I become friends with them. Or, like, Ashen Dust. He's my friend. I met him because he literally commissioned me for art. And we're friends now. That's just how I network. And sometimes those networking opportunities become genuine friendships. It's just how things work sometimes. You know? You don't have to use your friends to get to a better place. Like, Ashen, I noticed, is coming pretty close to being the same size as me on Twitch. And I'm happy for him. Like, I don't look at the number and think, man, I should do better than Ashen. Like, I need to get ahead of this guy because I'm so much better at content creation than him. Like, I don't think that. I'm like, oh, hey, they're reaching 700 followers. That's really cool. And I think nothing more of it. I think it's awesome. That's me. I'm coming for you. No. Stop it. Stop rapidly approaching my location. You know, I think that's cool. You know, like, the only people that I think negatively about are the people I don't genuinely like. But even then, it's a fleeting thought of like, man, fuck that person. I don't think about it anymore after that. Like, there's no point in holding grudges, you know? It's not healthy. Stop it. Let's see. Epic VTuber rap battles in the news, yeah. The one with the bigger jugs. I'm not on the oversized models. Looks like so unattached and is looking at a massive ass crack. Oh god. But to be fair, some women's boobs are like that IRL. So it's like, you know, you could say that, and then you gotta remember some people actually have that IRL, so I think it's more weird when there's like freckles on the booba, because then it looks more like a butt, honestly. That's me though. I feel like I wanna there's notifications and I'm like, I really want to click on the notification. I'm gonna click on the notifications. I don't want to explore. Oh my god. Featuring my dog, everybody. What's your problem? Yeah, come here. Come here. Come here. Come. Pick up the dog. I got him now. Yeah, got you. I'll take you for kids. Oh yes, oh so good. Yeah, puppy. I got him. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh. Ugh. It's just business. Oh my goodness. It's just business. Oh. Alright. Dog goes bye-bye. Goodbye, dog. Alright. What we got? Is Claire Obscure 33 on your game to play list? I don't believe it is. Yeah, honestly, it's something been driving me forward, but it's also amazing both getting out there and doing. I feel like I'm not doing. Night. Hi, doggo. Yes. Yeah, I don't know how they live. I'm just a Pixar mom build. Oh, he's full of it this morning. Full of beans. The bean energy. Night Divity and Night Divot Papoose on her bed. Well, I'm not going to bed, so. It's daytime for me. Honestly, while I still want to hear her side of the story, I do too. I feel that the best thing for her at this point is just own up to her mistakes and keep Red away from her stuff. I think that also. I don't know if they're still dating or whatever after all this time. It doesn't matter to me. That's their own personal business. But, like, I don't think if they are still together, I don't think he's gonna be completely out of it. He's just not gonna be in the public side of things, you know what I mean? It's clear obscure 33. Just believe in yourself. I wish I was doing more. I honestly do. I see so many, and that's the bad thing too. I compare myself to others, actually. I do actually compare myself to others, and I feel like I could be doing so much more. And I want to do more. I think it actually took a little bit of effort for me today, because I thought about, like, not streaming, actually. Because I pulled the documents up, and I sat here for a minute, and I opened up my VTube studio, and I was like, should I actually talk about this? I don't know if I want to. And then I was like, no, I'm going to. So I did it. It's very hard as a content creator, especially me, because I've got ADHD and I've got executive dysfunction. Even if I want to do it, it's very hard for me to actually do it. And I don't know why. I have a shit time actually getting started. It's 10:30 over here. Oh, well, have a good night. Night, Alan. Oh, I see. Okay. Well, you should have a good rest, Alan. Alan. I don't know why I keep saying Alan. It's Alan. Alan? Alan. I don't know. Good night.
You can't see them, but I'm holding 4.
Hard, but it's celebrating the small ones, yeah. Yep. So, yeah.
Stuck paying off your old phones.
We...
So sad. You're right. Switch your family to T-Mobile and they'll pay off those old phones up to $800. More good news. At T-Mobile, get 4 new
we just want to make sure... Just make sure, guys, that, you know, you protect yourself. Don't close yourself off completely. And always be sure to take care of yourself. Be sure to put yourself first, too. But, you know, respect other people as well. I actually have this thing. I've been going to therapy for my anxiety. I actually have. I'm gonna share it with you because I'm trying to abide my friendship. I'm trying to abide by this with my relationships, whether they're platonic, business, or otherwise, right? So I have this sheet and I want to read this. So I feel like this is very good. To abide by. So I got this from my therapist, so and I don't know if it actually fits within this context or not, but I'm gonna share it anyway. So it says, a credo for my relationships. You and I are in a relationship which I value and want to keep, yet each of us is a separate person with unique needs and the right to meet those needs. When you are having a problem meeting your needs, I will try to listen with genuine acceptance in order to facilitate your finding your own solutions instead of depending on mine. I also will try to respect your right to choose your own beliefs and develop your own values, different though they may be from mine. However, when your behavior interferes with what I must do to get my own needs met, I will tell you openly and honestly how your behavior affects me, trusting that you respect my needs and feelings enough to try to change the behavior that is unacceptable to me. Also, when some behavior of mine is unacceptable to you, I hope you will tell me openly and honestly so I can try to change my behavior. At those times when we find that either of us cannot change to meet the other's needs, let us acknowledge that we have a conflict and commit ourselves to resolve each such conflict without either of us resorting to the use of power or authority to win at the expense of the other's losing. I respect your needs, but I also must respect my own. So let us always strive to search for a solution that will be acceptable to both of us. Your needs will be met, and so will mine. Neither will lose, both will win. In this way, you can continue to develop as a person, though, through satisfying your needs, and so can I. Thus, ours can be a healthy relationship in which both of us can strive to become what we are capable of being. We can continue to relate to each other with mutual respect, love, and peace. Right? So. You know what? I'm applying for a mods application. Oh, okay. That's nice. I don't know who you're applying to be a mod for, but I wish you the best. The ADHD, this is so true. ADHD thing is so true. I hyperfocus and overthink really badly. But Div, how do I strike a balance? Isolation is an compromise. Exactly. Compromise. So, I am an extrovert introvert. That turns out. I am ambivert. And I the past, excuse me, I have in the past tended to isolate myself when my anxiety gets bad. I more recently have been opening up to people, but I still at the same time end up losing people when I overshare my anxieties. And I've had lost people, I've had people set boundaries with me. And unlike certain people who I have met in the past and I have said, hey, I'm setting this boundary with you, unlike them who have freaked out over this boundary, I have been able to respect other people's boundaries as best I can because I am a different person. I understand that people have different needs and wants. And I'm mature enough to understand that if they need the space, then I can be able to do that. And it's taken me a long time to learn this, unfortunately. And I've learned this the hard way a lot of times. And so, therefore, I do my best to try to respect my friends' boundaries. Cinder! Oh, yeah, you're applying for a mods application for Cinder. Yeah, wouldn't that be funny? It'd be funny. At some point, I still gotta get mods, honestly, actually. But I haven't determined when I should do that. I don't have any. I'm still almost at 1,000 followers, and I still currently mod for myself. I just don't have mods. Isn't that funny? Like, posted a doc. Oh, let's go! All right, here we go. I can't wait to talk more. Here we go. Wait. Who am I? Oh, there's a protected account here. That's why it caught my eye. Here we go. Let's go. All right. I'm ready to hurt my throat. No, I'm just kidding. Let's see. First and foremost, my love and admiration goes out to Nanalis for having the courage to bring this to light. Artists are the backbone of our community, and take advantage of her good-willed personality is saddening to see. I want to take the time to address what has been brought to light involving myself and what I've experienced over the years that coincide with these events. In the screenshot, the VTuber that is being talked about is very clearly me. Since the beginning of my VTuber journey, it has been written in my backstory and lore that I am the daughter of Cerberus, and though through an unforeseen summoning mishap, the Greek goddess Hecate. Many may know Cerberus is a species of hellhound, and I've always incorporated the number 3 in my designs to follow the 3 heads of Cerberus in my early design. When artists were still learning new model rigging techniques, I had opted for 2 other wolf heads on my shoulders as pauldrons to symbolically represent my other 2 heads. However, the repeated comments of, if you're Cerberus, where are your other 2 heads, has pushed me to use the broader term hellhound at the time. Fast forward 2 months to a year into my journey, and I start to receive harassment and berating comments and chat messages on Twitch and YouTube videos, comparing me to Cinder and putting me down for being a hellhound. Making the definitive switch to the Cerberus label brought me a sense of relief, because the last thing I wanted was to be constantly compared or harassed at this point. I didn't want to be associated with her due to all the negativity that was being thrown my way. As for the claims of unfollowing her and taking her ideas, I debuted my 2.0 model May 14th, 2022. On that same day, she decided to post her debut announcement for her 1.0 Life 2D model. Leading up to this time, I didn't know who Cinder was at all. I had no idea she had fire in her ears or she was another hellhound. The creator space is broad, and I still stumble across creators larger than myself that I had not heard of before. I never once stole her ideas. All I ever want is to try to be unique in my own way, so these claims that I was following her and then unfollowing and stealing her ideas are absolutely baseless and uncalled for. Yeah. Her posting her debut announcement trailer the same day as my 2.0 debut seemed off, but I shrugged it off as a coincidence because things happen. However, this wasn't the last time something like this had happened. There had been multiple times where I had done something and either the same day or shortly after I was made aware or had discovered later that something similar had been posted, making me feel like I was being watched constantly. I tried my best to believe that it was coincidental and not ill intent on their part. My glasses are dirty. So, we'll read this and see if my opinions so far have changed or not. Which, so far, they haven't. Like, them keeping an eye on their, quote, competition still makes sense here, and it seems rather silly. There were many times where I designed a new outfit that I was really excited for, but afterwards Cinder would release outfits or models with similarities to it. I didn't think much of it at first, because it is normal to have some similarities or shared inspirations with other creators. The VTubing community is a huge space and similarities are normal. Harder! Stop. He's literally has a wheelbarrow.
So we'll
Fine.
with Buchanan's and celebrate being
Not
100%
bothering
Hispanic
anybody.
and 100% American.
Bothering
We are
anybody.
the spirit of the 200%. Click or tap the banner now to learn more. Sip responsibly. Buchanan's Blended Scotch Whiskey, 40% alcohol by volume, imported by Diageo, New York.
Yeah, my dog. My dog. Everybody, ladies and gentlemen, my dog. Do you take meds for anxiety? Therapy tried recommended me some, but I said no. Rely on them. I don't. I said I would rather be. I would rather try to avoid that as a last resort because sometimes it's not necessary. The lore runs deep. Okay, anyway. I'm not speaking to whether my designs were taken as direct references for hers. I'm addressing the need for the unprovoked tweets mentioned in the screenshot above and showing that I made the statements to make it clear that I was not stealing ideas. How can I copy something that was released, teased, revealed after my own? So, it's normal to have similarities or shared inspirations with other creators. So, like, my more recent designs for myself have been inspired by other VTubers as well. So, for instance, so, like, for instance, I like grunge and emo aesthetics a lot, and that's a me thing. I don't take that from other people, but, like, my jacket, the colors are specifically Cody's and Heidi's colors, so that is definitely a Yoint inspiration. My hands, ignore the leg thing, I haven't fixed that yet. My hands and legs are inspired by Buff Pup, actually. I got inspired by the Buff Pup aesthetic for my hands and stuff. I still have to add, like, arm physics. My actual arms to have no physics. So, I have inspirations from other VTubers and things like that for my own design. But it's not like I'm exactly ripping off other people either. So, anyway. So that's pretty normal, but like ripping off other things is kind of like weird. It's a good practice to get feedback from others in the space to see if a concept looks too similar to anything that already exists. I think so too. Woof! I don't woof. I don't woof. Your model is beautiful. Thank you. I drew it myself. Alright. On July 20th, 2022, Mao Live, my model, and I worked on a comfy goth girl outfit. I had rips in my t-shirt, a G-string, shorts, and spiked wrist cuffs. 2 weeks after Cinder debuted a similar outfit, I included the earliest image that I could find of Cinder with this outfit. I received many negative comments about my design from people assuming that I copied her when I debuted it 2 weeks before hers. I got called off-brand Cinder and just a bunch of horror. Yeah. I discovered this merchandise that she used for Uwa Mark and had to do a double take because of the gray-blue skin tone used in the art. Several people thought it was me, and similarities for the speak for themselves, I feel. Yeah, which is why the toggle for the blue flames always kind of bother me a bit, because I'm like, that's just, you're ripping off Spite now. Like, there was no reason for that at all. On April 29th, 2024, I designed a Greek goddess outfit on stream. I am a Cerberus VTuber, so it fits my lore completely. I mentioned I may or may not get a future Greek goddess outfit because it fits my branding. About 4 months ago, Sinder debuted a Heaven Okami-inspired outfit that was white and gold, resembling Greek goddess. In the background for debut, she also included Greek columns. At this point, I felt like nothing I could come up with would be even slightly original to me. I'm aware that nothing is completely original, but I still wanted my own identity. Now, this is cute, though. I like this. Yeah, that's... On April 20th, 2024, I debuted a new model from my model mama, RAVT. I got a hoodie with a cute design on top, and I had side bangs covering my eyes. On April 4th, 2025, Sinder debuted a sports hoodie with side bangs covering her eyes similar to mine. Yeah, I like this. This is cute. Yeah, so like this cleavage is natural. This does look like a butt. Like it's not that's exactly what TMI, this is exactly how my ass starts. with the little circle at the top going straight down. That is an ass. It's bad. This is definitely not ass. That is ass. That is ass. Inspiration in the name of creation sphere, but copying is not good. No, right. Exactly. At least she's got the pigtails to help differentiate, because she doesn't have the pigtails, but, you know, it would have been definitely more obvious if she incorporated pigtails for sure. For sure, for real. There are some instances I do not have screenshots of. For example, I remember posting about my first ASMR stream. The day that I was supposed to do said stream, Cinder plugged her ASMR channel. I thought it was a bit suspect, but brushed it off. I don't have screenshots of the comments and bullying that I received from her community. There were too many that it became too much to keep track of, and just started ignoring them because I never wanted to save images or of their words that hurt me. I didn't even want to read the harassing comments in the first place. I just wanted to be left alone and be happy in my own space. I received a DM on the 25th of January. I will not disclose who the sender was without their consent. The sender expressed to me that they were getting bullied by Cinder and certain members of Cinder's community because she too had fire in her ears. I never responded to DM because I wanted to stay away from drama as much as possible. I had a odd question. Have you had any messages from the VTuber Cinder regarding your design? This may seem out of nowhere, but I'm only asking because I had made an OC a while back and was accused by her and others of stealing her design because my dog girl had flames in the ears, and her fans claimed that was exclusive to her design. It was this whole big ordeal on Twitter, so I wondered if anything similar happened to you yet. I would like to clarify, I myself am not saying your design looks like hers. I was scrolling, saw your totally awesome design. When I saw the flames near in the ears, I had flashbacks and thought to myself, oh no, this is my curiosity get the best of me. I think I remember that, actually, for a little bit. I don't remember who that person was, but I think I remember it. I'm just very sad and disappointed in this situation. I had my suspicions about this, but I never wanted to be a part of drama, so I kept quiet. I've also seen what happens when a creator stands up for themselves and receives a major backlash, even if they're in the right, so I never vocalize my concerns. I've always designed my own models. I've gotten inspiration from Cerberus with the chains and spikes, Disney's Hades, and because I call myself Goth GF, I was inspired by Sam and Ember from Danny Phantom, plus many other of our goth crushes that we've had growing up. I just focused on myself and my friends. Meanwhile, I had eyes on me the whole time. Knowing that I was being watched and talked poorly about really hurts, especially when they never attempted to interact with me. I did my best to go through and find what I could and get appropriate screenshots. It's crazy because I didn't know who Cinder was until she debuted her Life 2D model. I just wanted to exist peacefully as a VTuber and spend my time drama-free. I woke up this morning in shock. It's terrifying and hurtful to know that someone could attempt to blacklist me when I've never even spoken to them. I hope going forward that no one else has to experience anything like this. Thank you guys for being so supportive towards me. I love this community so much. Please go and give support to all those who have unfortunately been involved in this. Support an analyst who was brave enough to speak up and the VTubers who were affected. Please support my first model mama, also my most recent model mama. Thank you for taking the time to read this. Yeah. My opinions haven't changed as a result. Got a whole dump trunk under that hoodie, yeah. Fucking ridiculous. I didn't really watch Spite a lot because I never really fucked with this design, this one in particular. For whatever reason, I just didn't like the art style. And no offense to the modelist at all, I just never liked this art style for whatever reason. I don't watch Spite either, honestly, but I remember this being a thing because I knew who Spite was, and I didn't like this whatsoever. Like, it wasn't oh, I know why. It's because of the skin color. It just seemed rather off, and I don't understand. That's probably why the skin color kind of threw me off, because she was always kind of gray before, and I thought it was a weird drastic change to have like normal skin. I like this design too. I like this design a lot as well. I do like this a lot. I do like this. This is a very cute model. I like this art style a lot. It's very beautiful. Am I following this person? Why am I not following this person? I want to follow this person. This person's great. I like her hair. I love her aesthetic. Her aesthetic's great. I love it. Oh, it's so pretty. I love it. Yeah, and that little the little flame ghosty things are cute. I like it. Anyhow. Anyhow. Anyway. Make friends in the Vtuber space? I'm no fool. I'll create friends with alchemy instead. I can build anything with clay Legos and duct tape. It's fun. It's a fun time. Ironically, I referenced Cinder's ear flames as reference for my eye flames. My artist rigger said they didn't know if they could do it, but I said no worries. Felt for fight being compared and getting hate weight back. Funnily enough, I voted flames because I didn't want to be copying. I've been following Spite for a couple years now. Yeah, it's like one of those, it's like the Shy Lily situation. You don't want to, like, it's like Shy Lily and Gargura. Every single shark or orca VTuber is copying Gargura or fucking Shy Lily. As soon as you put flames in your ears, you're copying Cinder somehow. Like, it shouldn't be associated with just one creator. Like, everybody should be able to have the opportunity to be inspired by something, you know? Just like I got big, beefy monster hands because Buff Pup has big, beefy monster hands, you know? And I have grunge and emo aesthetic because I identify myself as a emo kid. Like, I'm a fucking emo kid, man. I'm not goth, I'm just emo, and I like grunge, and it just fits me. I like the style, I like the aesthetic. Also, I literally copied my hair from my Corpo I copied the front part of my hair from my Corpo VTuber design. Like, like I liked the front part of the hair so much, I just changed the back hair to kind of fit my own hair IRL. My hair, I actually did cut my hair pretty recently, but my own hair IRL is pretty fucking messy, man. So, yeah. But... And my jacket is kind of ripped off of my design from my Corpo 2. I just changed it a little bit is all, so. and the thing is, emo and goth aesthetics aren't super completely different, so you could probably say I'm copying Snuffy too, because like, what does Snuffy have now? What does Snuffy look like now? I actually did get a little bit inspired by Snuffy too, as well. She's more punk than anything, but like... Yeah. So you could probably say I'm copying Snuffy in a sense too, if you really wanted to, but I'm really not, so... But Snuffy is also one of my aesthetic inspirations, although I've always been an emo kid at heart anyhow. Oh, my phone's dying. I've been streaming so long, my phone's dying. Hello, it's arthritis. Yeah, firstly, I think yours looks same in some way. Oh. I can second this. Div is cool. Oh, nice. My hair is a mess. I love grunge aesthetic. Love beat. Oh no, I have eyes and a mouth. I'm copying everyone. Crazy. A disembodied mouth and eyes. Oh. 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 Because no matter how clear you are, some folks are determined to misunderstand you. They twist your words, overlook your intentions, make assumptions. Exhausting, but their need to misinterpret says more about them than it ever will about you. Let them misunderstand. Just keep yourself. Yeah, I didn't sleep. A fourth dock has hit the tower. Oh no. Hello, I'm an Inverminator. Hello, how's it going? Nowadays, it's many VTubers to say someone copying another one. It's not like one-to-one, right? There's only ever been one that feels like it was one-to-one. It was that one girl that was purplish and yellow that literally was basically the same as Shy Lily. That one VTuber. You know what I mean? The same girl. She just had only slight changes made to her silhouette. But it was almost exactly one-for-one copy of Shy Lily. It was so weird to see that. I'm like, what the fuck? Basically the same sailor outfit, basically the same aesthetic, just a different color. You know, it was so bizarre. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, lady? I remember. That was legit Trace. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, Filipino boy and Rick's not counting? Oh, like, you mean Fillion? Well, Fillion literally stole that model, essentially, because that model didn't have commercial rights, essentially. And Rex, Rex? You mean like, who's Rex? For some reason I thought you were talking about Rev, and I was like, Rev? Oh yeah, the free model. That was the name of the model. Yeah, no, that doesn't exactly count because she was using that model without its commercial rights, which is completely different. That's completely different. Yeah, that's a little bit different. That's a completely different thing. Yeah, no, I unfollowed Cinder. I finally went through all the docs. What we are not going to do is talk shit about Spite. I don't talk much to Spite as much as I want to, but when we did talk, she's been nothing but supportive of me when I became a VTuber. Spoons? VTubers who look up to Cinder after reading the doc. Yeah. That's funny. That's funny. She's using the same model, just in other colors. Oh, that one. Oh, yeah. You mean the orange cat girl? The girl that's the orange cat, right? Because that's also not exactly the same either, honestly.
Tossing out my gunky laundry detergent bottle?
I look really hard to see if someone else had done that first. I didn't see anyone that had a similar model, so I went with it. Nice. Yeah, I mean, that's always good to do your research beforehand. It's always good when you're looking to start as a VTuber or looking to redesign, rebrand, whatever. It's always good to look to make sure you're not copying somebody else, because you don't want this kind of shit to happen, right? You don't want to get accused of copying somebody else, which is like the last thing you for sure. I'm gonna plug my phone in because my phone's dying. I want to see. I wonder if EB is still on. She is not. I know that Evan is talking. Oh wait, yeah, she is. She's still on. She's right there.
mean girl burn and all her bridges in one go.
I'm spying on Evan.
She's gray now. Spite's gray now. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, this is a crazy drama, dude. She went back to gray. Okay, that's satisfied that. On April 29, 2024, I designed a Greek goddess outfit on stream. I'm a Cerberus VTuber, so it fits my lore completely. I mentioned that I may or may not get a future Greek goddess outfit because it fits my branding. About 4 months ago, Sinder debuted a Heaven Okami inspired outfit that was white and gold, resembling a Greek goddess in the background for a debut. She also included Greek columns. At this point, I felt nothing I could come up with would even be slightly original to me, and I'm aware that nothing is completely
original. But wait, there's more
for
my husband.
Damn. So Spite is
I'm
claiming
spying
that
on Evan.
Cinder.
I'm spying on Evan. Anyway. Spying on Evan. The Incredible Boy meme is so good. It is. It's so great. What's more important right now is not the tacos that no. Exactly. Evan, yeah, I'm also friends with Evan, actually, too. I'm also friends with Evan. We became friends pretty recently, since Off-Kai, actually. Anyway, I'm sorry. I'm getting distracted. My ADHD brain is just getting super distracted. Shit, bitch, yeah. I wonder what else is happening. Let me look. Sir, a third Google Doc has hit the tower. Oh no. It's 4. Report this again. The 4th doc has landed. What's your opinion on taking this for, last time I've been overwhelmed by being harassed. Oh no. Okay. A lot of indie VTubers have been canceling their support of GamerSups. Suddenly, the partial ownership of GamerSups got exposed as a bad person who is business matter more than friends. The dominoes really are falling in place, aren't they? You think GamerSups will say something? Probably not. They haven't said anything about Tectone, and they haven't said anything about the right-wing VTuber yet. So they're probably not gonna say anything about this. Yeah, they're probably not gonna say anything, actually. Interesting how many people already unfollowed Cinder. Yeah. Ooh, piece of candy. Oh, piece of candy. Yep. When did he become a VTuber? Oh, he did it as an experiment. He's been using a VTuber model for experimental reasons. So, yeah, that's why he has a VTuber model. Yeah, you have to be following him to know the lore behind that, I guess. So, you have to be following and like watch him pretty frequently to understand the lore behind that. No, I'm not disabling ad block. Fuck you. Fuck you, Evan. I'm not disabling my ad block for you. I want to start fictional beef with Evan. Let's go. Okay. Okay, I take back what I said. I will do my best to become even bigger, and then when I do, I'm going to take every small VTuber I can get my hands on and prop them up right next to me. If someone calls one of those small VTubers a clout chaser for using me, I'm gonna be like, excuse me, I willingly put them here myself. The only clout they're chasing is the clout they made themselves with my help. This is a promise to all of you. Screen cap this. Yeah. 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 I'm on the toilet right now, but there's more shit on Twitter than the amount I'm making. That's crazy. Fuck. Here we go again. And here come all the Google Docs. Yep. Okay. Honestly, the worst part about the Cinder stuff coming out is that even if her kindness was fake or just a show, it still encouraged others to be kind. Her community may be parasocial and simp pill, but at least they were kind, which is more. We just got told that her fucking community is ass. We just got told that her community was bully and spite. So no, her community is not kind. No. Sorry, I'm actually kind of a little bit toxic on Twitter. I'm a little bit toxic on Twitter sometimes. Just a little bit. It's the League of Legends player in me, okay? I'm reformed. I'm a reformed League of Legends player. I'm now a Marvel Rivals player. I don't know if that's any better, actually. Idiots of everywhere. Might chat offline. Followed XXX. Followed XXX. Followed XXX. Followed XXX. Followed XX. Not all community idiots have every. Yep. Dar generalizing sucks, but when there is a feeling of them, it's hard. He's V curious. Evanito is V curious. That's funny. Something happened to Tectone. I guess I haven't seen him in labs in a while. He apparently had been emotionally and manipulative and abusive towards his ex-wife, now Freem, and he just kind of became a grifter. I actually had never really had a high opinion since meeting him at WeebCon 2 years ago myself. He was kind of an asshole. He's still kind of an asshole, actually. He's straight up an asshole. Okay, was on VC with a friend last night and saw the docs when they dropped. After looking them over, I said Cinder is going to pull all the blame on her manager and end up getting away with this. Woke up this morning to this. You called it. That's crazy. The fuck is Cinder?
It's what we all want.
Wakey VTuber quotes. I'm a VTuber and you'll regret this. Apologies here. It's just business.
A connection to education and a connection.
We remember when she sent her entire following to attack me because I made an ASMR roleplay with this hellhound OC and that was copying her? Or how about when she was actively liking tweets calling me names? Of course we don't remember because she made me delete every tweet regarding it after it happened. This mean girl behavior is not new. Smaller creators like myself were just intimidated into silence and pretending like it never happened. You're cringe.
Arm & Hammer power sheets. Toss like this.
That's crazy. Brother.
Arm & Hammer power sheets. More power to you.
Redacted even liked it. That's crazy. And they follow that person. That's crazy. I'm gonna see if they said anything out. My heart goes out to everyone in this friend group who had to deal with this shit on a daily basis. I can't fathom the heartbreak that must be going through right now. Maybe it was just coincidence. Maybe she thinks ASMR roleplay is cringe. She literally got her start making ASMR roleplay, so... That's crazy. That's fucking crazy. That's amazing. Honestly, I'm not even surprised anymore at this point. My gut was right again. Kane VT, best mooch right there. He's cool. He's a cool guy. I like him. Cinder, it's just good business. What's this? Why would Cinder feel like her brand is threatened because her model artist works with others? They are all separate and gorgeous, unique models. None of this makes sense. It just reads as pure greed and backstabbing. Yeah, like, look at all these. She shares model art with fucking Zed and Mousy and fucking Fruit and Snuffy 3 different times. You know, like, what the fuck is she fucking... Oh, and Giwi and fucking Buff Pup and Yochi and whoever this goth chick is there. There's some other ones that haven't even been announced. They're in the back there. You can see them. So, like, these are all fucking amazing people. And you're fucking bitching about the fact that it's like, oh, my model's not unique enough because I share so many model siblings. Oh, it's me. Like, I'm not popular enough. Like, shut the fuck up. All these models are beautiful and none of them look like you whatsoever. Get over yourself. Like, all these guys, all these people are so unique and they're so different. Like, shut up. Just shut the fuck up, man. I'm kind of pissed off about that. It's like, this is not devaluing the art. This is just impressive work to me as an artist. What happens between Freem and Tectone in the end? They got divorced. Seems 1,000 times happier, yeah. Oh, Freem was at this year's WeCom? Yeah. Second drama I saw with Vtuber. How other new should have become an artist and make her own models and no. Right? Exactly. Like, if you wanted your own model to be unique to yourself, literally pick up a pen and draw it your goddamn self. Trust me, it's fucking hard. And yet I do it. I did it. People can do it too, you know? I drew my own model. And I'm not doing commission work anymore. I would like to just make models to just sell, you know, as whatever. Yeah. So. Yeah. What else is here? What else? I still have not been able to sleep all night. I'm still trying to stream regardless, but I may not be living up to my usual energy tonight. Please give me some time. Yeah, makes sense. If people think you get to the top by running active interference to other creators' careers, count me the fuck out. Yeah. Okay. This is long. You know what? Adding to this. I'm sick of the community constantly being treated like some competitive battlefield when people consistently get mistreated, new information and techniques getting gatekeep. I am so tired of the VTuber community going 5 steps forward and 30 steps back every few months because we keep pushing forward awful people in the space and not holding people accountable until it's too late. This hasn't been the first time and it certainly won't be the last. It will keep happening, but I wish there was just something to push forward towards that is positive, productive for once. It doesn't have to be big, it could be insignificant even. I just want something positive for once that gets even an ounce of attention that negativity in the space does. All the new VTubers start finding better topics that bring positive and constructive events to the front. Bigger creators start finding things that are uplifting and fun, or help your fellow creators. The only way this kind of stuff stops is if people stop feeding and festering into it. It only stops when bad actors get called out immediately and take accountability. I'm just so tired of seeing friends, people I give a shit about, getting hurt and fucked over for no reason other than they want to have fun and make things. Just be kind, that's all. I know it's scary, it's terrifying to be vulnerable with people and putting trust into others. If you take a small step of kindness, even if it's naive, you are at least making an effort to make a difference for everyone. Please just be kind. It's very hard to be open on stream about things, but honestly, I'd rather be fucking crying on stream about my shitty day. Like, I fucking went into an interview a couple days ago, and I was pretty confident I did well. And you know what? They sent me the email rejecting me. I couldn't get a new fucking job because of one thing that I probably said during my interview that fucked me over. Where it's like, okay, I handle stress pretty well, but if something isn't working, I communicate with management and we work together to resolve it and find out what we can do better from there. And apparently that's a negative. That's a negative, apparently. Which is shitty, and I fucking cried. I cried about it yesterday. I cried about it this morning because it's like, I just want to get a new fucking job. And I complain about that, and I cry on stream, and I get frustrated on stream, and I've stopped ending stream if I get upset. I only really end stream if I get super, super upset and I can't actually do anything. But like the last time I got super upset on stream was when I was still with my ex. He made me cry on fucking stream while I was trying to play a game on stream. And I ended the stream because I couldn't fucking handle it. You know what? Fuck that shit. If I'm upset and I'm crying, I'm gonna still keep streaming and I'm still gonna try and do my best because that's what I'm gonna do. And it's hard to do that, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Because why not? Turn it off without them, but I know money is money. Yeah, money is money. Voss is going to need a vacation with all this big news lately. He said he's actually going to start going back to his regular schedule because he's been doing a lot of things IRL, so. He's gonna need a vacation. He's already been on vacation. No vacation for false. You have every opportunity available provided to you, yet you still choose to actively sabotage those around you. I cannot comprehend the extremes to which someone will go for such trivial results. Undermining a creator who is a fraction of your size to boost your own status might be seen as a business. You hold the profoundly misguided belief that sabotaging another's livelihood is a sound business move. With everything working in your favor, this is the cowardly decision you opt for. Absolutely spineless behavior. Nothing more heartbreaking than seeing a friend you cherish consider you as your competition. That's crazy. What should I eat tonight? You can pick DPS when the team already has 3 of them? Yes, rat poison. No, pizza. Sorry, that's a little bit of a break. That's a little bit of break in my thingy thing. Fuck, dude, is this what it takes to get to the top in this business? Purposely stepping on everyone you can while pretending you're buddy-buddy? If so, I'm not cut out for this shit, man. Nah. It's not what it's about. Like, people don't need to think so negatively from it. We love Twitter. We love hanging out on Twitter. Oh yeah, I didn't even read this. I second this very strongly. I've come into this space not even 2 years ago. I want to see nothing more than VTubing being a healthy and fun place to uplift each other. And the amount of backstabbing or mistreatment people get is just tolerated goes too far. Please remember why you started in the first place. Never forget your first viewer, your first sub, the first time you went live. We should be working together, not hold back the knowledge we have. People come to me for advice, and I'm happy to provide. Share artists, share editors, point in the right direction. We are all trying, and the best we can do is work alongside each other. Community should be shared, not withheld. Information should be open access, not hoarded. As said in the quote post, and I'll say as well, it's not hard to be kind and to put in the effort to do the right thing. Equally so with forgiving innocent mistakes. Let's try and make this space better, everyone. Yeah. Yeah. I know plenty of people who literally give me advice if I come to them. And I try not to abuse that. So, like, in the past, I've asked False for advice. In the past, I've asked Evan for advice. And I try, on my terms, try to be able to provide, whatever I can to them, because that's just who I am, and I don't want to feel like I'm using what I know for personal gain without being able to back. You know what I'm saying? I just want to do the best that I can, and I want to uplift people as best as I possibly can too. I don't like taking without giving back. People should be this. As a current /ex Pyro pup, it's unfortunate with everything that went down, but I'm currently up in flames. Early. I'm disgusted with where the Sinder community went. Thanks for the bits, Darth. Much strength to Ironic. Well, thanks for coming in and stopping in, Ironic, Paladin. Yeah, it's one thing to have like a grim satisfaction in current things, but I'm hoping people don't hold grudges when it's not healthy for you, you know, right? Like, you can have some sort of grim satisfaction, but in the end, don't enjoy it too much, you know? Like, it's okay to feel your feelings, but I don't want you to get consumed by the negativity. You know what I mean? Like, feel how you feel, you know, but don't let it blind you to keeping positive, you know? Ah! Hello, Steven. So sad, especially as newbie. Wow, is Jin. I got to hang out. I got to meet Numi for a little bit, although I didn't at the time know it was Numi. I've hung out with quite a number of these guys at WeebCon. I got to see a couple of them at Offkai last year too, and then different people at Vexpo. And it's been... It's hard sometimes. You get to meet the people that you look up to and you admire, and then sometimes shit happens, you know, and it sucks when it does. So, yeah. Good afternoon. Hi, Nid. How's it going? How are ya? I'm doing pretty good. Yeah, don't let the negativity consume your life. Exactly. Exactly. It kind of sucks. It kind of sucks. I just want to do the best we can, you know? I want us all the best that we can. Evan's doing. He's still going through the document. He's still going through the document. Oh. Why is it always aquatic VTubers that have beef with each other? Canine VTubers will rock similar fits and just go bow bow at each other. Basically, canine VTubers are the best. No contest. I stand corrected. I've been sitting quiet on this one. I didn't know she was Tashi .mp3 until today. If I had, it had explained a lot about why my gut feeling about Sinder was off. Oh yeah, there was definitely a reason why she abandoned Tashi. Let me see. Girl, me too. More lemonade? Yes, please. Years! I've seen bows, cottons, peaches, shrubs, pages, now yours, and I still don't understand what the fuck is going on. It's kind of awesome that what came back to bite her in the end was her continued disrespect of the artists that helped build her careers. With Tashi, it was writers, and now it's illustrators. Oh. Me last night when I found everything. Oh. This has been going on for how long? Oh no, there's more. Wait. Wait. It's crazy. ASMR community, right? That aged poorly. That's what when I get around to designing a VTuber, I'm not going with the dog. You seen the cheating doc? Yes, I had. We already went through that. Yep. We already talked about that. You know, it happens. It's like the cheating doc is like whatever. People are people, things happen. Oh, it's whatever. The bigger VTuber getting canceled was not on my list today. No matter which size you are, you can always be an awful person. Yep, you can always be an awful person, but you could always be a good person. You could always just be a decent, and right? I think so. I think you. I think you should be a different person. I think you should be a different person. Stop being yourself. Be different. Don't be yourself. Fuck you. Bow bow. Yeah. Rough. Yeah, it is rough. It's like, you know, people are people. You make stupid mistakes. Emotional cheating is just as bad as physical cheating, I feel like, honestly. Anyway, if you guys didn't know, we're raising money for charity with the Creators Big and Small for superhero streamers with the Cure Cancer Australia. So these are my goals and shit. So if you wanted to donate to charity, feel free to do so. I got links and shit. I don't know if the link's in the description on the YouTube, but you can use the command CBAS on Twitch. You could donate to a good cause if you so wish. We got that, and yeah. If we double the goal and get to $500, we invite Dad onto a stream. Honestly, I probably would do that in the future anyway. If I did like a video, I want to start making videos. I want to start making videos on YouTube. Honestly, follow your Twitter. Thank you. I appreciate it. Happy to back. I'm learning to be a VTuber, self-taught. I want to be kind to people and help others. I think just learning to be a content creator and streamer in general is a good first start. You don't have to necessarily, or unless you're drawing your own models. In which case, yeah, definitely do so. It's not necessarily learning to be being a VTuber. You just gotta first learn how to be a content creator, and you just have to learn how to be a decent person. If you're already a decent person, I feel like you don't need to learn that. But like becoming a content creator, learning how to network in the content creator space, not just on the VTuber side of things, but as a whole, is a good way to learn. If you're looking to also start drawing your own models, I actually learned from Sci-Fire, and I that's how I learned how to draw my own models and things like that. And I've also been a content creator since 2015. I started on like with my face cam, and I just did it as a hobby. So being a VTuber, I've been a VTuber since 2020 of March. So yeah. Baby, no money cosplay? Yes, absolutely. More Chimera VTubers? Yeah. I'll just sit over here with my spice and got last week. Haha. Yeah. I really like Bebenos. I do like Bebenos. I want to do my own, but suck at drawing. Agreed. I work in healthcare and love being kind. I love when streaming with the family on Yo, yeah. My dad actually, I really like my dad. So, fun fact about me, guys. I'm from a divorced household. I feel like that's pretty common in America, so, that you have divorced parents. But my dad's double divorced. And, my mom and my stepdad are a little bit more conservative. My stepdad is an absolute asshole. He is racist, especially towards Black people or African Americans. He's especially racist towards them. He's also homophobic. He's a complete asshole. Unfortunately, like, he hasn't done anything to me for me to have the need to cut him off, you know, per se. Because I still love and care about my stepdad, even though we have our disagreements about shit, right? And he kept misidentifying one of my Filipino friends as fucking Puerto Rican for some reason, which is also stupid. Like, he's not Latino, he's fucking Asian. He just has darker skin for an Asian. Like, come on. When Sinder said it's just business, I laughed out loud because it made me think of the Lego movie, Lord Business. Yeah, Lord Business is funny. But you know, he's my dad too. Like, he also helped raise me. I try to not be like him. I try to have like an open mind about things. And I'm white as fuck. I'm white as fuck, guys. I'm not POC. I am fucking white. I am a white woman. So it's been a battle constantly to try to not be not misogynistic. Well, also misogynistic, I suppose. It's always been a constant battle to not be ignorant, you know, try to not be racist and things like that, and to always try to be open-minded. I do the best that I can with that kind of stuff. Try to be open with anybody, regardless of their origins, race, skin color. It doesn't matter. I don't care. It doesn't matter. Doing my best. And so I don't think I would have maybe my mom, if I got to a point where if I became a big creator and like they understood that this is how I make money, you know, like if I ever get to that point, it would be really cool. I don't think I would ever have my stepdad on. But my dad, my biological dad, Dividad. I always refer to my biological dad as Dividad because it just makes sense and it's funny to say. And apparently you guys, at one point in the past, you guys actually called him Doug Dividad of the Dimsdale Dimmadome or some shit like that. I don't remember. It was funny though. So apparently you guys think his name is Doug, which is hilarious. And I told him this too, and he thought it was funny. But him and I have talked in the past too, because I was complaining to him about like the job hunt, and how I hate my job and how I hate, you know, having the stress that I've had at my job because they have so much expectations as a manager. I ended up stepping down as a manager. Now I'm not making as much as I used to. And there's a risk of me, potentially moving back home to live with my mom and my stepdad. I still gotta file my other part of unemployment yet too, because I'm trying to get partial unemployment for lack of hours, and I've been denied already. So anyway, and my dad and I were talking about stuff like that, and he's like, well, what about the video stuff that you do? And I said, you know, I've been trying to like do pre-recorded content. I have like ideas for it. I actually asked feedback from one of my friends. I actually asked Evan for feedback. I'm like, I had these ideas. Can you give me feedback on whether or not they're like good ideas? And I had 3 ideas, and he said 2 of the 3 were actually really good ideas. I just haven't gotten myself motivated to start them yet. And my dad's like, well, you know, if it's something you're interested in doing, you should just do it. Like, even if you don't want to. I'm like, it's not the fact that I don't want to, it's just I've been lacking the motivation because my IRL shit has been affecting the other stuff that I enjoy doing. Like, I enjoy making art, I enjoy making content, I enjoy streaming. I just have been not streaming as much, and I haven't started any of my offline content making because I've been depressed and anxious. And he's like, well, just do it anyway. He's like, just do it anyway and see where it goes. So, and I love my dad for that, so. And he thought it, and I told him about my idea with the charity thing. He's like, oh yeah, I would totally love to do that if you wanted me on there. I'm like, oh, I think everybody would like that, you know. For the few people that I usually have, like, I think you guys would enjoy hanging out with my dad for sure. And I think that'd be fun. So long as he because he's pretty online literate. I don't think he understands. I think he kind of he has his online persona too, but it's like it's a little bit different than what I do. You know what I mean? So yeah. Bibinos. More docs just dropped. Ah, it's crazy. When Sinder says, wait, so you're not an actual red panda? My immersion is ruined. You're right. I'm not an actual red panda. I'm a red tanuki. I'm a red panda and a tanuki. Isn't that crazy? Yeah. OMG, please remix the hamster dance with your dad's super long nickname. Huh? The hamster dance? What's the hamster dance? I don't know what that is. New Google Doc. Let's go. Ayo. I love Google Docs. All right. Let's sort by radius. Cinder IP going to Cinder. They hit the fucking Pentagon. I'm not seeing. Okay. I'm gonna read Tectone's tweet. I have a high opinion of Tectone, but I'm gonna read it anyway. 2 hours and 4 documents, 2 posts, and a lot of reading. Here are the major takeaways on the Cinder situation in each document post, and we conclude. Nano's document. Redacted is Cinder's mouthpiece. Confirms Cinder knew everything Redacted said. Red Sin was attempting to monopolize an editor/artist against their desires. Guilt tripped and manipulated them into doing their work and no one else's. What Cinder's doing isn't fucked up to do to one's competition. However, doing it to their friends is a whole different story. Red, gaslighting analysts using revisionist history. Rayne's document. Cinder sexting another man while in relationships. Cinder trauma dumping to another person how bad that her relationship is to someone she is interested in. NTR. Rayne and Cinder are very scummy in this document. Rayne claims this wasn't meant to be a witch hunt, but it very clearly was done with the proper timing to have this document gain the traction they wanted, and so it did. Is that wrong? Up to you to decide. Vamp's post. Vamp exposed Red being Cinder's boyfriend. Not really a big deal. Tons of VTubers hide the fact that they have SOs to farm more parasocials to get gifted and super chats. Tons of streamers do this. Not really a big deal for wanting to keep your private life private. However, Cinder throws away her boyfriend to try to alleviate some negative PR. That is going to be a big yikes from me, dog. Bow's document. Bow Spells claims that Cinder and Red were calling Bow an editor and MV maker thief. Confirms how hurt she is by having her friend attempt to be overly competitive and ruin her image and her models and impacting her career negatively. Says that Cinder can make it to the top, but when she gets there, she will be alone. Val dispels claims that she locked up Sacramore, her editor. Val completely absolves herself from wrongdoing. Great doc. Spite's document. Spite insinuates that Cinder is and was copying her, not the other way around. Screenshots of these claims are pretty damning. Spite showing off her outfit in July 2022. Cinder then having a near identical outfit on September 14th, 2022. What the fuck? Holy shit! Thank you for following me. Where the fuck? How the fuck? Where the fuck? Wait, you don't know the hamster? Oh hey, that's my gift. Like,
right here on Spotify.
what is the hamster? I don't want to open my studio tab. I want to open up. That's just an advertisement. looks old. That's because it is old. Duh. I don't need to listen to the whole song to know. I don't even need to know. I don't need to listen to the whole thing to know. I'm so sorry. I'm actually stupid. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. Okay, yeah, I should do that. You're right. Okay, so you do know the song. Of course I do. Yes, I do. Oh, that's ancient. Hey, how's it going, Zonk? Hey, thanks for following, Phidias. Phidias, how dare you? Where'd you follow me before? How dare you not follow? Good, fucking good, yes. Alright, so. Sacramore's document. Supporting some avowals claims to be true. Major takeaways. To be honest, things look absolutely horrible for Cinder, yet I will still be waiting her response just to do my due diligence. Has been alleged with a lot of damning screenshots as well as other corroborating the narrative that she is being pushed. Cinder is currently being alleged as overly competitive with her friends in the VTubing space, willing to undermine and backstab her friends to get ahead, gaslight and manipulate editors/workers to get her way, cheating on significant other, a model/rigger thief. People speculate she is going to throw away her current boyfriend, Red, aka Redacted, to alleviate some negative PR coming her way. But for now, I believe that is about it. I will wait and see Cinder's response and keep y'all updated on any news or changes in perspective once we have everyone's side. All in all, this is very messy and be doing honest. I feel horrible for Cottontail, Bao, Shy Lily, Spite, and every other VTuber affected in this scenario. To be honest, I don't really know what Cinder could possibly present to absolve her, yet I will still do my due diligence. I am 31 years old, and I just researched VTuber drama for 2 hours in front of 9,000 people on Twitch. I swear to God, I have not one but 2 jobs. But my God, keeps this reeks of unemployment. Thanks for reading. Justice for an analyst. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, I still think Tectone's kind of an asshole still, but you know, sometimes he's got good takes, I guess. Kind of an asshole still. He's kind of an asshole still. Okay, where's these new docs? Give me the Google Docs, I need to know. POV, you see the Cinder docs. Alright. I'll remember the time when VTubers were happy and excited to know they had VTuber siblings. Yeah, I miss those days. Remember what they took from me. Oh. We fucking lost. Huh. Okay, so I wanted to see if there was anything here at all. Nope, nothing here. Nothing there. Okay, cool. Honestly, ADHD memes is kind of on point on my timeline here. I'm a VTuber manager. No, I'm not going to date you. I just want to help people succeed. That does not mean at other people's expense. I feel like I need to say this is really disappointing. That is unfortunate. I actually do want to get I do want to get a manager. Sorry. She did in fact throw Red under the bus, and that's God knows. I think that's just publicity, honestly. They say a broken clock is right twice a day. Exactly. Her follower count is dropping hard. What can I say? I'm old, yes. Bruh, the Cinder thing is top tier narcissism. I don't know if it's narcissism, but it's definitely something. Cinder was my inspiration for being a VTuber. Her and her friend group. I wanted that. I still do. Well, then you can. You can still have that. Just because somebody initially inspired you doesn't mean you can't be grateful for the inspiration, even if it turns out they kind of suck, you know? Like, for instance, sure, my initial VTuber inspiration to finally get myself motivated enough to actually draw my first VTuber model was in fact Iron Mouse, but that's not who actually introduced me to VTubers. I actually got introduced to VTubers through Nuxtaku. Yeah, I used to watch Nuxtaku a lot. Okay? So, yeah, Nux is also not the greatest person either, but it's still okay to be able to look back on where you came from and recognize that you're probably better off, you know? Nux, lol. See, exactly. And I still admit that, you know, because that's who I was. That's the kind of person I was. I wasn't saying I'm kind of an asshole sometimes. That's not to mean to say that I simped for Nux or whatever. It's just like that was the kind of phase I went through when it came to who I watched when it came to content creators, you know? Don't worry, I'm gonna still work hard. Yeah, work hard, do it. You got this. Same here. What did you use to draw your model? I use Clip Studio Paint. So yeah, I use Clip Studio Paint. I draw each layer individually. I watched him too, yeah. Nux. I remember Nags when Nux demanded her feet. Nuxtaku, the one who kept baiting San B for attention? I think so. That too, yeah. That's actually how I got introduced to Evan, I think. It was Nuxtaku as well as Sea-Dog VA. That's how I ended up meeting Evan, so yeah. I still have his fucking stream up in the background. Getting tagged! Wow! I still haven't found these other docs. I just woke up and what do you mean there's more? One group of genuine friends that are supportive and root for you is absolutely worth the trouble of having a ton of bags. Yep. There's more. Well, wait, there's more. On behalf of the VTuber managers out there, communicate with your VTubers, have a good relationship and trust with them. I will never reach out to anyone on behalf of my VTubers without their permission first. Screenshots of conversations can and will be provided on their request for sake of mine. Let's keep our VTuber world safe. I love my friend's sad face. Unfortunately. Wait, how many of these people do we not like anymore? I'm sorry, Momote. I'm sorry, Momote! Oh.
Then ride our roads with confidence.
Unfortunate, man.
Trained motorcyclists do a better job avoiding injuries
Crazy.
and enjoy more miles on their bikes. Whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting out.
I don't know how much. I can't find these other docs. Wait, no. I have a whole Discord at my disposal. I have a whole Discord at my disposal.
Becoming a rider coach and help train the next generation of motorcyclists. Together we'll create a safer, smoother rider experience. Ride on, Wisconsin. Learn more at rideonwisco.org.
Heineken is the official beer sponsor of Coachella. So what are they serving up at Heineken House this year? Good times. Because Heineken has been brewing good times since 1873. Whether that's the original Heineken you know and love. Heineken 0.0.
Brother, that's the only other.
With 0.0% alcohol, but still 100% taste. Or low-cal and low-carb, crisp and refreshing Heineken Silver. Tap the banner to learn more about Heineken, the official beer of Coachella. Must be 21 plus to purchase. Enjoy Heineken responsibly. Heineken USA, White Plains.
Yeah, there's nothing else besides There's nothing else besides the I don't know how there's 6 documents. There's only 5 that I've seen so far. Unless we're talking about that one chick on Cinder's feet. Hold on. This chick. Person here. Oh, where did they go? Oh, this one. Van Peaches. They have a document. As someone who has questioned their worth in this space the last 2 years because of the same person, this line hit very hard. It's difficult to know what to do when someone you thought was your friend, who you are VIP in their Twitch channel, who you offer to help and comfort to, one day just acts like you don't exist anymore. You tell yourself you must have done something seriously wrong for a friend to treat you like that. Reading the documents that are coming out today are heartbreaking. My heart really goes out to Nano, Bao, and anyone else who has been affected. Although my experience is not as egregious, I still want to have my voice heard since it took me a lot the last 2 years. I knew Sinder 5 years ago when she was Tashi.mp3 and stood by her like a true friend, even when she was being dragged by the ASMR community for misuse of the other people's scripts. I supported her VTubing journey. I did everything I could to be a good friend to her. And after meeting her at Paris TwitchCon, things seemed to change. I felt discarded. I felt like I must have done something wrong for her to ghost me all of a sudden. It's been painful to see someone you thought was your friend constantly on your timeline, to be asked by your community who knew you were good friends if you're ever going to collab. I kept asking myself what I've done so wrong for her to just drop me like I meant nothing, but I guess I know now. Now I know it wasn't me. I was just one of the first to be stepped on, and in hindsight, maybe it was a blessing that I was left behind. I don't write this for sympathy, nor do I want it. I just want my community to know where I stand on this matter, since it is assumed we are friends. Once again, my heart goes out to those who have been hurt. That's not really a document, but yeah. So, yeah. Oh, fuck. I use both. And Vroid, yeah. First bottle is my profile picture. Bad. Oh, nah. Not a sting. Goddamn, everybody is giving Sinder public. My queen! Lamau. I remember the time False was in a Nux video. He was in 2 Nux videos, actually. Let's see. It was slim pickings for informative introductions to VTuber. It used to be, yeah. They said it broke. Yeah, okay. Oh, hey, Cinder's trending. Oh, Cinder. Fred has Nano Bout, the NTR, Spite, and that other one I'm forgetting about. Yeah. The Sacramore's thing. Yep. Rip Cinder's whole career. They're beating. What's the quote? They're beating you in the quote retreats. Is the fucking thing? Yeah. You like my Shy Lily thingy thing? Why did I open this up again? I don't remember now. What the fuck happened? My brain stopped working. Oh, I don't care about that. Almost 1 p.m. Brother. Alright. I've been yapping. We've been here for 3 hours. It's crazy. I was like at 1 minute and 30, an hour and 30 minutes. I was already like, oh man, my throat hurts. All of a sudden, my throat hurts less. Let me hide this thing real quick. So, until I get a vasectomy, that ain't shit to me. That ain't shit to me. Okay. 4-hour stream, here we go. Nope, I'm not doing that. I don't have the time. I'm not a full-time streamer. I can't do it. Guys, is there a doc about Sinder streeting? This is true. Yes, there is. There absolutely is. Yeah, NTR. Let's go. ADHD and has been happened. Yep, that is true. That is also true. I gotta fucking pee. Discord stream shots. Yep. We got the Discord screenshots. We got the NTR. We've got the manipulation. We've got everything, bruh. We got it all. At least the most I've ever done. The most I've ever done is tell somebody to kill KYS. Unalive yourself. And even then I regretted it. It fucking sucks, man. It fucking sucks. Never do that. And now it's time to eat chat. Because I have decided now it's time to get silly, and I'm gonna eat chat now. You have been eaten now. Thank you. Thank you for the food. Yeah. I'm a little bit silly. But no, I actually have to go and do things because I got a family thing. My cousin's birthday's today. I guess she's 26 or some shit. She's old as fuck. But about vasectomy, I can recommend someone. Let me say this. Future, you might want to take this hellhound VTuber because she belongs to the streets. Yeah. She freaky. She a little freak on me. This thing right here.
She a little freak. She on me. Yeah, she freak. She a little freak. She for the streets. 6 digits on the check, took it to the bank. Commas after commas, make it boy. Got a 10 coming over, only me the thing. Shooting blanks on the back, make a girl. My wrist ain't easy. Pros can't please me, sounding too easy. I'm a stay creamy, pocket so dreamy. Shawty wanna freak me, okay. She freak. She a little freak. She on me. Yeah, she freak. She a little freak. She for the streets. She freak. She a little freak. She on me. Yeah, she freak. She a little freak. She for the streets.
Anyway. We got Bibanos. Let's go. So yeah, I won't have any like sort of update news until we get a Cinder post. So yeah, this is all the content we've got for today. Thank you guys for coming in and listening to me yap and listening to my opinions on all this. So hopefully you guys remember what I said. Treat each other kindly. Still do your best to outreach. Don't completely shut yourself off, but always be cautious, okay? Yeah, and it'll all work out in the end, and I wish everybody involved the best. Hopefully, they are able to recover from all of this. And yeah, just be kind. Be kind, rewind. I'm gonna find somebody to rate on Twitter. Find somebody to rate on Twitter real quick. On Twitter. On Twitch. Let me find somebody to rate on Twitch, yeah. Go hang out with Evan. Yeah, let's hang out with Evan. I think he's done talking about it himself, but yeah, it's always good to chill, you know. Alright, everybody, be kind, rewind, have fun, don't die. Go hang out with Evan. Goodbye. Whee! Ending the YouTube stream. What?